the Obscura kids currently find themselves in the humble abode of uh, Captain Hook aboard his ship. The ship itself is a rather large vessel, comparable to perhaps one of the warships that you're familiar with, maybe even larger. Although it is in a different kind of build than you're used to. On the bottom, there's almost like a blade-like structure that runs the entire length of the ship. That seems to be for splitting icebergs and other sort of similar materials. The wood itself seems to be some sort of ironwood and reinforced along the ship. And as you get aboard the ship, you start to see the actual details of that this is actually a warship of his time period. But it almost seems like it was in a state of possibly being decommissioned before it could be fully enter the process of being decommissioned. You mostly notice this, Nikolai, that they halted that process and they basically put everything back in place that wasn't removed from the ship yet.
Interesting.
So going on to the ship, you have the top deck. And on most ships you see that it's really open, but on this one, you see the mast, but there's no sails for the mast, which seems really odd to you guys. And then there's a large cabin in the front of the ship that runs the entire length of it, with the spear that comes out the front. This is where you guys were at for the navigation system and the former library. Behind the mast is it curves up almost like a traditional modern day warship, where you have the observation deck, and then behind that you have the captain's quarters. Going down the first level, you didn't get to explore it too much. You have the right down in the middle, when you go down the middle where the mast is, both along the stairways, you have the medical wing, and further down towards the front of the ship is the brig. And where you guys have been, further down into the ship, you went into engineering, which is towards the back of the ship where Hook is. The storage and a few other things. But directly below the mast, in that area before you go to the mess hall, is the memorial wall, which you've all passed. Basically a memoriam to all those that served on the ship during the time in the wilds and even before the wilds. Each crew member that has served on the ship has been memorized on this ship by its crew and its captain.
That's cool.
The thing that stands out to both Nikolai and Mongo is the ship clearly has a way of being airborne, but none of it's been explained or explored yet. The structures don't line up to what you're familiar with as far as being an airborne structure.
Huh.
If that makes any sense.
So it looks like it can clearly be airborne, but the structures don't support it.
At least in your opinion, they don't support it based off what you're used to for the airships from back home.
So you're talking about the structural integrity doesn't look like it will support it, but it does look like it. The form of it supports it. I'm trying to figure out how does it look like, but then doesn't look like it can. I'm not understanding.
To clarify, the ship itself from the outside, from when you were approaching it, looks like it should be an airship. It doesn't have a traditional water-based ship appearance.
Okay, so it's currently on the water?
No, it's stuck between two pillars.
Okay.
Essentially two pikes that come up out of the ground, two mountains. And it's wedged between them and suspended and onto either side of it are two essentially tree houses, which Cayenne has been to one of them.
Gotcha. Okay. Alrighty.
And another supporting factor of it possibly being airborne is the mast itself. Doesn't look like it supports any sort of sails. It looks more mechanical in nature.
Huh. Interesting.
But right now, you guys are currently at dinner with Hook and, for the most part, most of his crew. And Cayenne got to meet McGregor, Grease, and given a few bone gifts. And
Which Cayenne would have been working on looking more into where did y'all come from? Who do you originally belong to?
And Nikolai, as you're sitting there eating, you look over and Ace is just kind of like, sitting at his own, in his own seat with Biddy.
Okay.
And you see this scrawny, grease-written dude just go over to Ace, walk around the table, beeline for Ace, and you see him not be touching Ace, but you see him pull down his glasses and rub them clean of something, and he's just examining Ace.
So are you currently all sitting down, or is this kind of after meal and just
No,
gathering?
it's still mealtime. This guy couldn't resist getting up out of the seat and interrupting his own meal to just come and examine Ace.
I will holler out. That is my bestest friend, Ace.
The guy turns his head a little bit and looks over at you, the straps of his goggles hanging down next to him. And you see a slight smile on his face and these two massive buck teeth as he's hunched over a little bit. The apron strung down the front of him. You can see it's anchoring down his neck that he's so, super serum, Steve Rogers that he's absolutely scrawny as hell. The apron itself is almost too much weight for him with all the tools packed in the front of it, and his boots are clunky, all the clothes hang off him like he's just skin and bones. Like he's a living hanger for these clothes. They're smattered with grease and such.
He doesn't speak, but he can communicate.
He turns towards you and he's like, "It's quite fascinating. I don't know what the mechanism is in which it operates, but I'm kind of curious to figure out what it is. It seems machinery." And starts, "May I examine closer with, not dissection of course, but physical touch to examine the properties of its surface?"
Entirely up to Ace. Ask him.
Ace takes a bite of a bolt and turns around and just flips him off and goes back to eating.
I guess that would be a no, good sir. But if you come sit with me, I can explain what I can explain for you.
Such crude mannerisms for a monkey would not expect anything less. Although I'm quite curious about how it perceived that as a proper reaction to my presence. Perhaps quandaries. You see him pull out a notepad and start jotting things down. And he walks over to you, and you hear him clunk past you guys, the three of you, as he sits down to Nikolai. And he's like, "Talking rodent. How precarious in this situation. Never seen a talking rodent except for once. Lost in the woods. I'm shooting this way. All the way back home. Home you went. Yes."
You've met a talking rodent lost in the woods?
Yes. From the Bay City. Yes, of course. Yeah, the Bay City. That's the detail that I was looking for. That they were from.
Where were they from?
The Bay City. Whatever it's called. Not an important detail. Not precarious to my job. Not needed.
Huh.
So, tell me the machinations of how this Ace perceives himself and works.
Well,
Be very detailed.
Ace is more of a person than he is a machine now.
Oh,
He is a person, not just a machine. Magics have imbued him with sentience and free will to most extents.
This is very precarious magic. I was not aware that it could possess such properties to generate such a likely individual. I'm going to have to study this a lot further.
I'll communicate with Sway to ask Sway to come over here.
Sway comes over to you, and this engineer just nearly topples over the table, like nose to nose with Sway, examining him, and he'll just,
hey,
find your seat. There'll be time for that later.
Oh.
So, and he scurries under the table, and hearing him bumbling as he just pops up where his seat is, and he sits down, and he's just sitting there just like absent-mindedly like cutting his food, watching Sway with an observation like a hawk.
Who was that, Hook?
And Hook looks over and says, "That's Warren Finch. He's our engineer.
Ah.
Well, not our engineer, our weaponsmith.
Ah.
You've already met our engineer, Silo.
Yeah. I didn't catch the first thing.
Orin.
Orin?
And one of the other crew members, Rabbit. Another one's like an orc buzzard.
You said Smith?
Finch.
Finch, sorry.
And it's easy to understand why they would call him Rabbit or Buzzard, because when he smiles, he just has those two big giant buck teeth. He's kind of hunched over like a buzzard with what he's wearing.
Quite an excitable guy. I believe I should enjoy my conversations with him.
So I am twitching from how energetic and he is.
Hurting my brain.
Is Hook there sitting next to me right now?
He's at the head of the table. Alice is at the other head of the table.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good Captain, after meal, I would like to ask if I can have a few minutes of conversation with you, sir.
Of course. And Alice is just kind of like picking at the food. You can see some of her childlike nature coming out as she's like a kid, just like, picking at her food, moving things away that she doesn't like.
What things is she moving away?
Veggies.
If there's anything that's red in the food, she kind of moves it away.
Yeah,
How far away is she?
that tracks.
She's at the other head of the table. She's to your immediate right.
Okay. Are the things that are red like only red?
Yeah, it's clear that she doesn't care for the color red.
I get it, but what I was asking is like, are they only come in red? Like,
Yeah, it's like pieces of tomato
okay.
and like red bell peppers and things like that. It's not that she's picking out vegetables. It's just anything that's red, she just kind of nudges off to the side. Mongo, do a perception for me.
Okie dokie. Tap button, tap button. And remember how to spell the word. Perception, that's it.
Starts with a P.
And apparently, in my case, ends with a 25.
Nice.
Nice. As you're sitting there
Nice.
and eating mango, you pause for a second, and you kind of get a little like, you know it from like magic school, kind of like a little wisp of magic kind of hits you from the direction of gold.
Of who?
Gold.
Hmm.
Huh. That's interesting.
Like, what kind? Like, he's inherently magical? Like, he's just been around a bunch of it and kind of absorbed a little bit of it? Or are we talking he's like the next pointy hat?
That he could be a mage of some sort if he applied himself.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Cayenne, as you're kind of like putting the bones together, you kind of pause for a moment and you realize that whatever animal this belonged to didn't really survive past birth because it was a two-headed bird of some sort.
Huh. I'm definitely going to be looking into that more, and then I know what I'm going to do with this.
Make a
Osling is going to get a present.
two-headed bird necklace?
No, I think that I think this would be I think that giving this to Osling would be a good way for her to have something to remind her of her druidic path in her own realm.
Ooh, I'm curious now.
Especially since it wasn't something that survived too long past birth, this would be a way of them to live, but with what you would what would be considered Peter Pan syndrome, where you're... So what that is, to explain it to people, and especially to the chat who are confused by that term, Peter Pan syndrome is something that I have seen used in games that I have played, like breedable games, to where when you have something that has Peter Pan syndrome, it stays in a permanent state of youth. It never reaches adulthood, but it cannot die. It just
Until,
stays in
like,
a youthful state, full of vigor and life.
till a group of, 3 idiots and 2 gods take care of them.
So you do see the other lost boys trying to kind of like... Hook occasionally gets up and he goes and he kind of course corrects them, but it's not with like what you would expect of a rigorous military captain. You see him go up to like the boy, and the way he speaks to you is just like very straightforward and very captain-esque, but when he's speaking to the boys, it's very gentle and fatherly like he's guiding them very gently on what to do and being very adult-like. He doesn't raise his voice, he doesn't grab or yank them, he just gently reaches out and he guides them and speaks to them softly.
Definitely his way of having something back.
Very much so. And dinner goes by fairly quietly, and Greece just kind of... He walks around and he sets down something in front of each person that's at the table. And you guys look at it, and it's not something you would expect. It's a survey on dinner.
Survey on dinner. All right.
How was it prepared? Would you eat it again? Recommendations for the chef.
Now this gives me ideas to pass on to Feisty.
And
Likewise.
do a investigation. Each of you.
Investigation.
I got a 17.
And Nicholas completely clueless. He might
23.
even walk off the side of the ship at this moment.
Was that a 1?
Yes.
What'd you get, Tom?
14.
The three of you look over and you see Alice very elegantly write down in the most vicious way, no bread and meals.
That's really funny.
What? So, Cayenne wants to leave a rating, but what all would Cayenne have had? Would have been mostly different assortments of fruits
I
and
would
stuff like
say
that.
you had a side salad along with essentially, let's go with a basically a very veggie filled meatloaf.
Okay.
Fucking getting hungry.
Is it safe to say that the vast majority of the captain's crew is mostly human?
They're all human.
Well, with the exception of the Lost Boys, right?
The Lost Boys are all human too.
How'd you think they weren't human?
Because I distinctly remember something about one of them in particular, but I think it might have been off. I don't know. Okay. Huh.
Yes, it's
Just
an
out of
all-human
curiosity.
crew entertaining a satyr, a walking, talking lizard, an anthropomorphic cat, and a mad scientist mouse.
And
Yep.
a machine and a bat.
That all talk.
So I made a meatloaf this week, and it was a Greek-style meatloaf.
That sounds good.
Greek
It is
style
actually
meatloaf.
really good.
Can you elaborate? Well, can you elaborate later? Unless you want to do so now.
Well, it had
You mentioning that makes me want meatloaf now.
it had Kalamata olives in it, Mediterranean seasoning in it, feta cheese in it, and then it was served with a homemade tzatziki sauce over the top.
Yep, I want it.
That just sounds
Yeah.
good.
Basically,
Yep, I
think-
want it.
I think the dish is called kefka. It's basically the ground beef kebab. It's essentially
Oh,
what
yeah,
it
I've
was, but
had
in the
that.
form of meatloaf. It was
I've
pretty good.
actually had that. I was given that by one of my upper management because I got him gifts for his birthday,
Yeah, it was
which was all snacks.
it was a really good meatloaf. Nikolai, as you're looking at the survey, you stand up on the table.
I do. Oh yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
rolled one.
And,
Why would I do this?
You take a step forward, and a splinter as thin and frail as a toothpick goes right between your big toe and your middle toe, all the way up to your ankle.
Ooh.
What the hell?
Considering his size, that's a pretty fucking big splinter.
Oh,
And you
So
just
now he
look
has a
down
peg
at-
leg.
Oh,
You just look down, Nikolai, and your toe twitches as you see that piece of wood sticking out from the table into your foot.
ow.
I'll reach over, pick Nikolai up, and carefully pluck the splinter out for him.
Slide a paw, Scabbard.
Look at it this way, Nate. At least it's not obsidian.
Shush. Shush you.
That would be absolutely awful.
14, you said?
That's a 24.
24. You just suddenly plucked up and the splinter just yanked out quickly. And you start to protest, but you realize it was like, oh, I didn't need to protest. That was actually not painful.
Careful, Nikolai. I set him back down on his spot next to his next to where he was at.
So what was I doing?
You're going to read the survey.
Oh, okay.
It's a giant poster for you.
Okay. Got it. To avoid the danger, I will
Captain?
shit. No. Do I feel the sense of weird ass wild magic going on?
There's always a sense of weird ass wild magic in this place.
Okay.
It's
I
like your
guess I
Peter
won't-
tingle is going crazy.
I guess I won't use mage hand to pick up the thing. I'll ask Sway, since he's with me at this time, to bring it over to me.
Ace just reaches over and holds the paper up in front of you,
Oh, thanks.
and then occasionally moves it ever so slightly, making you have to read
Ah.
it.
As I fill out this form, go ahead and Captain.
Scabbard.
The hospitality you show is greatly appreciated, and your chef is truly incredible. I believe there's someone that may be very interested in meeting them someday. Definitely meeting you as well. But also want to know, if possible, to speak with you later. In regards to not only the work on the chapel, but something very important as well, in regards to what we're going to be doing.
Of course. Each of you, my quarters is always open for you. Just knock and I will answer. If I'm available. And Reese just kind of goes around and starts collecting all the plates and everything. And you hear him whistling as he heads off to the kitchen. Just kind of bowling his way through the double doors like they're not even there. His substantial size making it rather easy to bully his way into his own kitchen. And you hear from inside the kitchen, "Oi, you lazy sod, start cleaning this shit up." Oh, wait, I'm the only person in the kitchen. Fuck!
I heard him say that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna go into his kitchen, or I'm gonna approach his kitchen and ask if I may enter.
Well, you have to get off the table, walk clear
Yeah.
all the way over there. It's quite a trip.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Yeah. You walk under the double doors and you walk into the kitchen. And you see this just meticulously put together kitchen that just kind of, to you, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but obviously to him, it makes perfect sense.
Okay. Kind of like the way you pack our cabinets.
Shush you.
He's like, "Chef, sir."
He turns around and he's like looking at eye level, and then he's
Down here.
then he
Nikolai.
looks down and he's like, ah,
I may be able to at least show my appreciation for the meal that you have made us by providing assistance for the cleanup for tonight. Would you like that assistance, sir?
he crouches down next to you and he just kind of, rubs his like chin in the gruff that's there. Ah, fuck off. I got this. It's kind of relaxing.
Okay. I'd be happy to assist. I can...
I said fuck off.
Okay. If you need help, just let me know.
Then he chuckles a bit. And as you walk out, you hear Hook chuckling a little bit.
You go back to my desk. Go past past Hook on the way back to my seat and let him know. Let me know when you have that moment, sir, please.
And he just nods at you and at this point, it's the dinner services are over, and you guys are able to just kind of go about your business. And you see the Lost Boys kind of.
Is there like a particularly juicy fruit on the table that I can take?
A piece of interesting fruit? You might have to fight Cayenne for it.
Fight! I want to see this fight.
As you look around, Scabbard, you see a piece of fruit that catches your interest, and you see Cayenne looking at it. And Cayenne, you notice that Scabbard's looking at it too.
Is it okay
Do
if I
the
take
duel.
half of
Do
that
the
and split
duel.
it with you, Cayenne?
And it's about the size of an orange, but on the outside it kind of looks almost like a purplish teal color dragon fruit. But on the inside it almost looks like the texture of a lemon, with seeds that kind of look like they come from a pomegranate.
Can I share this fruit with you, Cayenne? I only want half. I know you're looking at it. You're definitely interested in it, I think.
I hate the wrong thing when I was trying to answer. I just cut it in half.
No fight.
I'll wrap it up, and I'm putting it away for now.
The juice that comes out of it
Wouldn't be much of a fight.
No, it wouldn't.
I will put it inside the food bag of holding, so that way it stays preserved, though.
The juice that comes off of it is like a vibrant pink color as it hits the oxygen in the air.
Give it a little taste, since more than likely some of it got on my fingers.
The
What does it
juice on
taste
your
like?
fingers is insanely sour.
Okay, good to know.
Someone's mouth looks like a butthole.
The moment you said that, I immediately think of Preacher.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a great series.
Dude, that series is way too... That series was better than it had any right to be.
Absolutely bonkers in all the best ways.
That and Legion.
I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd be able to say, start out describing an episode where something along the lines of a preacher, a vampire, a demon, and an angel walk into a bar.
Yeah.
It's like, this happened in this show.
Not to mention the angel and the demon were a couple.
Yeah.
So basically the crew kind of pairs off with each of the Lost Boys to take them and, you know, acting as mentors essentially. And the table is yours. Do as you want.
Before Gold heads off, I'll just let him know, like, hey, when you get a moment, there's something I'd like to ask you. May lead into a conversation, so.
He stops and he just kind of nods a little bit. He doesn't really talk, but he nods.
Thank you.
Cayenne is gonna, after everyone eats and adjourns from was this lunch or dinner?
Dinner.
After that, I think Cayenne's gonna take the time to really take in the memorials that are on the ship.
Yeah, you head down there and you start walking along the wall, and you see the refined, portraits and nameplates that have been put up. The ones when they had the resources to do as such. And then you see some of the more recent crew members where it's just a name and a crude sketch, if possible. But you do see a memorial there for Smee and the kids as well. A rather nice portrait of all three of them there. And one of the biggest details
Probably gonna do
you get,
this.
Cayenne, is that Anne has killed at least 20 crew members that were aboard the ship.
Dang.
I was gonna say I was gonna do the same before making my way over to the captain. Wanted to see what these memorials are and such.
I think after that
That's crazy.
revelation, I don't think Cayenne is going to be in too good of a mood, especially thinking of Pan.
Do a nature for me, Cayenne.
That's a 13.
As you're standing there, you look at the memorial for Smee, and you pause for a moment, and you look at the various the trinkets that are left there, and you see that there's been flowers left there, not ever cleaned up, but just a gathering pile of decaying flowers. And what really stands out to you is that there is a consistent flower there, but you can easily surmise that the crew themselves flowers that they have gathered there for Smee as well. Books is always consistent, but the crew themselves also leave flowers.
I think Cayenne is going to work on finding a way to make forever flowers to leave for each of the memorials.
Okay.
Kind of like how you see some people make wooden flowers for
Yeah.
more environmentally friendly bouquets for weddings.
Yeah.
Do
Scabbard,
that
do
sort
a
of
history
thing.
for me. Yeah, you can work on it.
I've seen some of those flowers made out of wood shavings. Those are really cool, actually. Like really thin shavings of wood. It's really neat.
Modified 20.
Scabbard comes up next to you, Cayenne, examining things. And Scabbard, from the history that you've studied of a few different deities and just history in general, you look at the memorial for Smee, and you kind of feel it in the pit of your stomach that one of the histories that you know of ships, you don't know a lot about ships, but you do know some of the mythologies regarding gods and ships, is that if a woman dies aboard, for this mythology, if a woman dies aboard a ship, all of its inhabitants are cursed to die. It's a very bad omen, and you're just looking at the memorial wall of people that have died and the more recent ones, and it's just kind of very unsettling to you.
Diane, did the captain ever say where Smee had been, or where she died?
From what I know of Smee's death, do I know if she died upon the ship?
You don't know the exact details, but you could make that determination that she did die aboard the ship.
It was never said, but a good guess is yes, she did.
I see. Well, there's a very good chance that many of the people aboard this ship might possibly be cursed. It's old lore. Don't know how true it is, but I can find out. But when a woman dies aboard a ship, all of its crew can potentially be cursed to follow after. Looking at this memorial, there's a lot of souls that have been lost.
Yes, and that is
There-
due in part to a certain person's name we won't be mentioning.
Right. I'll see if I can find out more, but we may be able to help Hook and his crew if that is the case. If what I think is true. I'm about to go see the captain in a little bit. Do you want to come with?
I'm gonna be working on some things. You go ahead.
Will do. Take care, Cayenne. I'll see you later.
You too, Scav. Just be mindful of any questions you ask the captain. You do not want to upset our host while we're here.
Of course. If anything, I'm actually curious about his plan and such, but also I want to know how much he knows about the enemy we're facing. Because while it's one thing that we're going after the Jabberwocky and all this, right? It's another for the fact that what's his name? The Rurix, or whatever the hell, that damn bastard thing out there already knows we're gonna be going after this. What are the chances he might have sent some cloaks there? Some people that Captain may never encountered before. I mean, they're practically immortal unless we destroy the cloaks, and the captain might not know that. See the way that his people, he cares. I don't want him to essentially make any type of mistake that could cost him or his people, if we can prevent it.
Well, you go ahead and you go talk to him. I wouldn't know how to answer any of that, honestly. I wouldn't even know how to ask him about his plans.
That is true. It's an interesting. I guess not interesting, but strange question to ask, but it is an important one. We already know those cloaks are capable of taking over people. But there are ways to protect against it. We already know this. Just wondering if the captain knows.
Well, you should go ahead and go and tell him. As I said, I'm going to be busy
Will do.
working on things.
Oh, by the way, take these. And I will give you the... Where are they at? Hang on, one second. I know I have... I'm gonna give you the lapis lazuli, the sapphire, and the tiger's eye for the project.
Awesome.
And they've already been worked on. So. There you go.
And that's
and then
going
with that, I'll make our way
in.
to the captain's quarters.
Real quick, did you put are they inside a small pouch to where I can put them in a pocket? To where they're not loose?
Yeah, it'll be something like small little leather pouch that he would have made for you, so go ahead and carry them with.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure because I didn't want to just throw them loose into a pocket of holding.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh my
Yeah, no.
god, my
Scabbard
brain just
has
went
enough
there.
leather to make a bunch of.
Cayenne has acquired
Scabbard's
the
got
Battle
enough,
Royale bag of gemstones.
Jeez.
Everybody's first dice
But yeah, with
bag.
that,
Yup.
yeah.
It was literally my
Yep.
first ice bag.
I'll make my way over to the captain's quarters.
Where are you going, Mongo? What are you gonna get up to?
Probably gonna head to my quarters and start making a copy of a couple of cantrips.
Alright, you do also have books that you could go and examine too.
True.
Your call.
At least copy down prestidigitation. Because Mongo's probably used that one more times than anyone could fucking count.
I'm not even gonna give you
Hey,
a dice
Tom,
roll
are
for
you on the gold might be mage material? You're gonna help him out?
Possibly. He might be a
Remember-
sorcerer, he might be something else,
Yeah. Sure.
but having
remember,
a
he
copy
has
of
no
that.
he has no hands. Remember, because of the mutilation. So maybe mage hand would be like the top one. Just a thought.
This player has an idea of how Mage Hand could come in handy for a character who is a double or even a quadruple amputee.
For sure.
Okay, I'll make a copy of each one.
I present you left mage hand, right mage hand, mage foot.
Mage limbs.
Mage foot of booty kicking for righteousness.
Now the question is, would it appear as like a regular foot, or would it be a cat's paw since Mongo's the one making it?
Depends
It'd
on
be
you.
dependent on the caster.
Hey, how many more times do we have to tell you that? Jeez.
What about you, Nikolai? Where are you off?
I would imagine if it's after dinner and Nikolai already indicated that he wished to have a few minutes to speak with the captain, waiting for the captain to let him know that he would then approach while waiting to talk with what was the guy's name? Oren, to show him and talk to him about the things he's made while waiting for the captain to say, hey, you got that moment?
Yeah, you can talk to the captain. He's in his quarters, and
Okay. Well, yeah. If like I said, the process was Nikolai was going to wait for the captain to tell him that he's available. So if he saw him go into his quarters, he would then probably, after hearing the captain say, "Just come to my quarters if you need to talk," he would then do so.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Without all the words.
Okay. Yeah. So after a few minutes of talking with Oren, yeah, he'll go. He'll excuse himself. If Sway gives the okay to be examined by Oren, he would allow Oren to examine Sway.
Ace translates, not without a parental consent present.
Understood, Sway. If you wish to come with me, my little Twiggy friend, you're welcome to. Otherwise, see you in a bit.
So, moving along.
Go to the captain. If the captain is present, I'll knock on the door.
Already said he was.
Okay, yeah. Knock on the door. Wait for the approval to enter.
Opening of door.
Yeah.
All right.
You're invited in for the
Captain?
second time.
Okay, chill. Approach the captain, ask if tell him about okay, I guess I'll just Captain, so um I heard of the mutilations that our enemy had exacted upon um, Gold, and pulling out the plans that he has made, and the help that he provided us while we were in the former captor's presence. I wanted to return, and I can help him regain some of his dignity and capabilities.
The captain lights up pipe and
You know, if he would be interested. You've spent more time with him than I have.
the captain lights a pipe and he doesn't have his jacket on. You can see his full machination of an arm that's been built for him. And he takes a few puffs from the pipe, the light illuminating his face in the dim quarters. It's only lit by candles. And he just kind of looks over at you, and you can see him weighing you a little bit with his eyes. Honestly, I'm not going to invoke something on someone that could make the choice themselves.
Oh, I get that for sure.
So you should speak to them and see if they would like that choice.
I'm sorry. What I was asking is just for your opinion on the matter. Would he be? Do you think he would be open to the discussion, or would it be more painful?
Wouldn't know until you speak to him.
Okay. There's also our former companion. I believe he offered you a gift of a cigar. That could potentially restore him as well.
He walks over a little bit, he sits down and puts his feet up. I offered Gold the option of a cigar and he refused, saying it was too easy, that this was a challenge in his life, that he needed to find a better way than a cheap and easy way out.
I can appreciate that. Okay. Well. Oh, by the way, your device that allows you to move between realities, it does work. It just needs repair. I think I might be able to fix it. I'll need to spend some more time with it, though. And get some help from my brother.
There's other pressing issues on board my ship that could probably use an additional hand. Our ship used to be light-worthy. However, crashing into this realm has caused substantial damage to the machinations, and we don't have all the resources readily available to repair it.
Okay. I presume then that looking at the person's name, Silo would have this information of what would be needed.
He gets up and he walks over across the room and he pulls out a drawer and he takes out a parchment and then walks back to the main table and sets it down. And then he reaches down very nonchalantly and picks you up and sets you on the table. Doesn't even ask your permission, just plops you on the table like a fat ribbon.
Okay.
And then he unfurls it with his one hand and then pins it down. And you can see it's essentially the captain's version of the blueprints of the ship.
Ah.
And your brain instantly, all those little neurons just start firing as you see that the ships that the airships within that you're familiar with use magic tech to basically fly.
Mhm.
The ship from his period uses a more curious method of steampunk technology and massive wings, almost like a flying fish.
Huh.
There's a tail fin. There's these two massive main wings, and then these two other wings that help guide it as well.
Huh. So actual aeronautics?
Yeah.
Huh. Actual aeronautics powered by steam. All right.
And you're just looking at the machinations and the wings. Essentially, like the early days of aeronautics of how they thought flapping wings would work.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like they've actually had developed the technology to get that to work. Kind of like the ornithopters.
Ornithopters from yeah. Oh. That's cool. That's cool.
Why do I just see like a pirate ship version of like Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine?
Yeah, kind of. And
Yeah.
another thing that jumps out at you, Nikolai, as you're actually getting to observe these plans of the ship, is that giant mast. You're like, that's not a sail mast. That is a communications mast for other ships.
Oh, okay. Fascinating. Yeah, so I would like to definitely study those to try to commit those to memory in detail. Obviously, just looking at it, he'll remember it, but
Yeah.
So investigation. May I?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Nikolai's tail is full crooked at this point.
Oh yeah. This is fascinating.
His tail is crooked, his pants are tight.
And he is astute.
Shush. It's a 24.
It's basically like a fax machine.
Studying every detail.
You've never seen anything like this before. While it's an overview of the ship, you don't know the inner workings. You would have to talk to Silo about that.
Yeah.
But you're seeing these plans of how they have a vastly different way of making flying ships than what you're used to.
Yeah. For sure. Well, after studying the details, thank you very much, Captain. I will speak with Silo shortly to see how I can further assist.
Yeah. Cayenne, roll a nature for me.
That's a 1.
You start to work on Druidcraft to form these permanent flowers. And you suffer the Nikolai fate, and you instantly feel a piece of wood go into your finger as you misslip with Druidcraft.
This is why we have claws and we can tear open our own flesh. We don't have tweezers, we got claws. Well, digging a splinter out and then getting back to work.
Mongo, you're able to make those spells pretty easily, as you're very familiar with them, just like wiping your own butt after pooping.
I missed some words there, so I'm sorry. What?
Hell?
Of all the ways to describe that, okay.
For chat, a surprise gift to the goddess of blood.
I hope the chat is referring to what happened to Cayenne, not what was just said about Mongo. Yeah, after he makes a couple of copies of those for, well, possibly for gold, he'll start going through the books, see what's what.
Do an investigation for me.
Yeah, but 22 ought to come up with something. Maybe.
You start getting really comfy. You start going through all the books, and you're just kind of flipping through them. And I'm just gonna GM this. You use comprehend languages because some of them aren't even in like the native language. Some of them are actually in like an older Fey language.
Shit.
And I'm gonna send you a message that's gonna probably send you running across the entire ship.
There's a chance. Oy. Oh. Looking for another. Click, click, click. It's weird to know somebody's typing on a keyboard and not be able to hear said keyboard.
I know, isn't it strange? But then again, we also have like noise canceling over here.
As opposed to noise amplifying.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just got hit with this overwhelming sense to go outside in the rain, but it's not raining outside.
For the chat, gotta get that keyboard ASMR in somehow. Alright, Tom, you have a message.
Yeah, I suppose so. Let's do that button, that button.
And now I remember some of the old
And
DB
this
back
thing.
before ASMR. By the way, I know, Jesse, you love Bardcore. They just released one of Ozzy's Mama, I'm Coming Home.
I already have it.
I figured you would.
Gotta totally hear that.
Oh, it's really good.
It's
That would
good,
be pretty
and
fucking dope to listen to.
it's good, and I only made it about 1 minute and 17 seconds in before I started sobbing. Like, full on, I sounded like a dying fucking whale, and my cat was concerned.
Damn.
Wow.
May or may not have been my bucket list item to meet Ozzy, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get my bucket list, and I won't say.
I got to meet Jimmy Buffett, that's all I gotta say. So I at least got to do that before he was gone. And I love having a parrot head dad, so.
So, yeah, where are you off to, Nikolai, to write down notes about these plans?
Fuck.
Nah. He's got it in his brain. He's gonna try to find gold to approach him about his ideas.
Well, if that just ain't a kick in the fucking... God damn it.
I'm pretty sure everybody heard Mongo from across the fucking valley hear him say fuck.
What did you do to him? What did you do to him?
You'll find out.
I'm pretty sure everybody's about to find out. Scab, you're able to go find the captain as well, and we'll get to you, Nikolai.
Okay.
But yeah, you're able to find the captain after a while, and you pass kind of like the Umbrella Academy meme where you pass Nikolai looking at each other, one of you going to the captain, the other one leaving.
2 fingers looped.
From a little wave. Yep. Head over and knock on the door.
I only think the reason why Manny had his mic game so loud is he can autism scream at his fellow idiots in Rivals. A little
Damn.
called out there, bud.
Look, communication is key in that game, and sometimes people just do not have common sense.
Speaking from experience there, Manny? Sorry. I had to. You open yourself up for that, buddy.
You left yourself wide open for that one, dude. You should know this group by now.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
yeah.
kind of the gold standard for that.
But yeah, knock on the door, wait till I'm allowed to enter.
He lets you come in and
Evening, Captain.
evening wizard.
Lizard.
Wow, even the
Want to
chat's
let you
calling
know,
out,
work on the
Manny.
chapter. Want to let you know, the work on the chapel's coming along fairly nicely. It's still gonna need a lot of work. I found something, I don't know a whole lot in terms of how things work with your timeline or realm or whatever. Wherever you're from, Captain. But there's a chance that, people on your ship may be in a bit of danger.
He just looks over at you and he sets down his glass. My dear boy of a lizard. I'm in a strange land where things are never normal. Of course my crew is always in danger.
Well, there's some things that I have to ask you. Things that you probably need to know as well if you don't already know. The enemy we're facing, the one that has the object in question we're going after, with the Jabberwocky. Have you ever dealt with anybody wearing red cloaks before?
He looks at you very perplexed for a moment. I've fought the Red Queen's Guard. Some of them wear red cloaks.
These are very different. Alright.
Dear
I'm gonna
boy,
take a
feeling
seat
well,
down
is that
somewhere.
altitude sickness by any chance?
No, Captain. This is in regards to your plan. It's a very
hold on,
brilliant
hold
plan.
on, hold
Probably
on.
better than anything we could have come up with.
Has Alice's madness entrapped you some way?
Yep.
No, Captain. Please. Just listen for a moment. Hear me out. This is very important.
Well,
He downs
this
the
guy
rest of
sound a
the
little
alcohol in his-
paranoid.
He downs the rest of the alcohol in his glass and refills it. Carry on. A bit of liquid courage never hurts anyone.
The enemy we're facing is not anything normal in terms of what you may have seen so far. In fact, they're difficult even for us to deal with. They're practically immortal. They can be a very grave threat to both you and your crew. They wear red cloaks. They appear partially dead, partially alive. The only way to really deal with them is to destroy said cloaks.
You see
but-
him, his brows furrow a little bit. He's like, have you seen Hatter? Especially in the mornings.
Captain, these are enemies that even our sisters have trouble dealing with. They're literal gods.
Okay, listen here, dear boy. We will be dealing with the Jabberwocky. The things that you speak of are inside of allegedly the Jabberwocky. So it will be your doing to deal with. I don't think I will have any part of dealing with things that are... I don't plan on being ingested by some monstrosity. I plan on having
I don't
my
expect
feet...
you to be either.
I plan to firmly have my feet planted on my ship where it belongs.
I
For
Wouldn't
the
expect it
plan,
any other
you
way,
and
Captain, but
your
there is a
co-
possibility.
For my plan, first plan, you and your cohorts will be fired into the maw of this thing and swallowed. Thus it is your problem and not mine. However,
Captain,
So technically,
if I
Scav is
may,
planning on being swallowed.
Captain, there is a possibility they may have some outside around as well. I only offer possibility to give more protection for you and your men.
warranted. However, hard to trust her. Alice has scouted the area numerous times and observed the Jabberwocky, and she has not reported anything of a red cloak. Then again, I have never seen the Jabberwocky in person, and I've never traveled into its lands.
There is another thing, Captain. I know it may be a bit of a touchy subject, but it is rather important. Whereabouts did your wife die? Was it aboard the ship or off the ship?
He just looks over at you. Leave.
Captain,
Leave.
this is important.
And you
As
see
I do, I'll go ahead and look over my shoulder. Your people may be in danger if it was aboard the ship, Captain.
he just
I'll
aims
leave
the
at
flintlock
that.
at you.
I'm already gone.
Fuck that.
But I left him that little nugget like, hey, if it was on the ship, your crew's in danger.
Oh yeah, just make him feel more terrible. As for the chat calling out Scabbard, and some people who play those games are incredibly deaf. Having played many games online with Manny, I can attest to that is true.
I'm deaf in my left ear, so.
Run, don't walk, Scab. He will turn you into a pair of sailing gloves.
I'm gonna make my way back to the chapel. There's a thing that I want to try and do. Don't know if it'll work, but it might, considering what it is.
Alright. What are you doing, Mongo? Kyan, you can roll another nature for me.
Once he's done swearing at that message, he's basically going to set that book aside so that way he can show others.
I got a modified 20.
Try to find a different book. Nice. And see what else he finds.
Roll an investigation now.
Basically
Mongo.
just kind of reading until gold comes up to him.
Cayenne, you get rather crafty, and the blood that you have on your fingers, you start actually using Druidcraft to infuse it into the wood as you make them look like little flowers. Making them look like actual, like, blood wood type of roses, essentially.
Oh,
That's
I
pretty
like that.
badass.
would I be able to make the appearance of the flowers for each crew member unique to them?
Yeah,
Especially the ones with crudely made portraits?
yeah, most definitely.
$11.
11. You open up the book, and you're like, well, that's a coin or a bank book. It's literally
On to the
a
next one, I
running,
guess.
It's
It's nothing
literally a
interesting.
running book of crude deeds of Fae Gone Wild. First hand accounted by a bardic fae.
Ah, this one's gonna hurt. Guess we'll
Only
go
if you
through
want
that
it to
one,
hurt.
see if you can learn anything real quick, and then report back to Coin.
It is a very crude
Fuck
book,
off. You are not helping.
and it's much like it's kind of like the old scholars like Marco Polo and stuff. It's overly embellished of the details of what they are observing within the material realm and other realms of people in their among the houses of love and in their personal life of what this fae observed. It's very poetic, it's very beautifully written, but oh boy, would it make your grandma blush.
In his quest to find ways to make Coin happy,
Hey, here, have a porn book about fae.
ow.
Or-
All I'm responding with is ow.
Ow.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep going through book after book until gold comes up. If he comes up.
I'm just saying, move things along. Eventually you guys just kind of find yourself in bed asleep. And that's where we're gonna go ahead and take our break. So each of you find yourselves in your respective comforting place to sleep. Kyan is probably still asleep in the treehouse.
Or wherever her body decided, yeah, this seems good enough.
Mon goes to sleep looking through books.
That tracks.
Nikolai has fallen asleep drawing the plans of the ship.
Yeah.
Scabbard, as you're laying there asleep, you feel like it just feels like someone's blowing air on your face as you're getting whacked in the face. As you're laying on your back across your nose.
Minutes. And like, then I'll blink my eyes open because, as far as I know, no one really comes to the chapel.
And then as you open your eyes to blink, Ace just right across your face to wake you up. Right out of the pew that you're laying on.
Oh, oh. What the hell's Ace?
He points to Biddy.
I'm gonna look over.
Biddy's doing all this frantic sign language and like jumping up and down, and it's like this crazy amount of like verbal language physically that you can't understand.
Put my hand up, like, slower, too fast. Deep breaths.
And you hear Biddy kind of like, idiot, follow me. And Ace picks up Biddy and they head
Raise
for
a
the
brow,
door.
but I'll get up and follow after them.
And you follow him, and you don't know what the nonsense is on about at all. I think Manny finds the noisiest thing to get to eat. And he heads you down to the ship to the medical area, which you haven't been to yet. And as you get to medical, you pause for a moment at the doors because you're like, this is a medical ward, but I smell smoke and tobacco and a slight smell of anesthetic and decay.
Fun.
Hmm. Cautious.
Hi, Mr.
Go in.
Cheese.
You push open the double doors into the med bay, and it's dimly lit in there. And you can see the various bays with curtains, and some of them, as you start to walk past, you see that there's just some of them been retrofitted for growing plants of some sort, and others with tables there with all sorts of things on the table that you don't understand. And you can just smell like the faint smoke of tobacco being in this room. And as you walk through, you get to one of the sheets and the bays, and it's closed, and you can see that there's something hanging there with essentially like what is a clipboard of information there.
Yeah, chances are I probably can't read it, but I'll take a look anyways.
You cannot read it.
Hmm.
You peek inside,
I
and
look to Ace and Biddy.
Biddy's pointing in there like Biddy's little spy nature has not been deterred by the change of lifestyle.
Curiously and cautiously, take a look inside.
You look inside, you part the drapes, and you look inside, and you hi, Cheese. Hello, buddy. You part the drapes and you look in there, kind of. You see a figure in the bed, and you hear like heavy, like liquidy, gurgly breathing from whatever's in the bed. And this, you can see that there's bundles of flowers hanging in this space. And you can tell that the flowers are there to combat the smell of decay.
So I'm looking at someone that's in a bed with some sort of like sickness or disease or something.
Yeah, you can't make it out yet. Do an investigation.
Let's see, that's 18. 25.
You go closer cautiously, and you kind of look around a little bit, and you pull out like this stool that's underneath the bed, and you step on it to be able to get an actual observation of this, the stepping stool for short people. And you're like, you're probably thinking in the back of your mind, how convenient is that? That's nice. We need more of this. And as you step on the stepping stool, you probably feel a chill all the way to your bone. You see a pearlescent kobold there, foam around the corner of their mouth, their heavy breathing, their eyes closed as they gasp for air, and they kind of, sniff the air a little bit, and you see them open their eyes, and their eyes are a little bit milky, so they can't see clearly. And they look over in your direction, Scabbard. And in a very rough, gurgly voice, from the fluid in their lungs and their throat, You can hear like an overwhelming shock and awe from them. Prophecy. Do my dying eyes deceive me? The prophecy true. And they reach out and
Raise a brow.
they immediately lurch over in the bed and put a hand on your shoulder, and you can feel how clammy it is. And they just kind of I die in this moment. You have been blessed. And you can see the blanket is now moved, and you can see that, like, mid-thigh, that their legs are gone, and you can see the decay and rotting of the flesh from where they were.
This is not your time to die, friend. And I'll place my hand on their forehead. And I'm gonna burn 10 of my lay on hands to cure them of their diseases and restore them of their health.
Yeah, they're in pretty nasty shape. And you hear
Yeah.
from across the
I'll
room, straight across from the bed in the side room. Interesting. And it's a very flat, emotionless female voice.
Turning my attention to where that voice came from.
And you can see by candlelight, there's a woman sitting there with her legs crossed, and she's smoking. And she has a notepad, and she's been writing in it, and clearly observing the situation.
Keeping my attention on them, but while I do, I'm going to carefully spare the dying upon this kobold so that they don't die, so that they can potentially get back to health.
And they just cling to you, and they're like, we waited so long for you to come. Our answers, prayers have finally been answered. The one of ruby red and blood will lead us to the sacred land away from madness.
I don't know what you're talking about, friend. Please, rest.
That is your wish, I shall rest. And they roll onto their back and I am blessed.
I'm gonna look around and see, are there anyone else here other than the woman?
It's
Are
just
there any other
her.
beds or anything? Who are you? What are you doing here?
She looks over and she's like, I'm Laura Vance, the physician of the ship. And you are, intruder? Perhaps a precarious
guest of the
specimen.
captain's.
A guest of the captain. Peculiar, strange, interesting, thought-provoking.
Where did you find this one? My kind are very rare in these lands.
I don't know what you mean by your kind. That one has a certain pearlescence, and you are the color of crimson. Perhaps I should make
When you
a
say
note.
pearlescent, okay. Sorry, I guess I should like clarify. When you say pearlescent, do you mean in terms of gem, or is this like just pearlescent as in metallic in color?
They have a very beautiful, like almost fey-like pearlescent.
Pearlescence and metallic are two different things there, dude.
Okay. So then not gem like. Okay, never mind then. Disregard.
Yeah, instead of horns, you see like these two very long, almost like moth-like antennas.
Whereabouts did you find this one?
The scouting party allegedly decided to bring them back from my studies after, Alice, well, you can see what Alice did. As that little thing is a part of the Red Court, it's obvious why she did it. And she takes a puff of her cigarette.
This thing came from the Red Court.
I don't know the exact details. I don't care for the details. I only care to study it. It perhaps holds secrets to better ensure the safety of my crew. And you look over at her, and she has a very, delicate appearance to her, and you can see that she has very light green eyes that just almost get lost in the white. And she picks up her pen. And what shall I call you?
I know better than to give people my actual name in the Feywild. So I'll give him my false identity, my moniker.
She writes that down, and she just, you don't see what she writes under it. And she writes another note under it.
You're in front of the captain, allied to Alice. I don't know you very well just yet. But I feel like I can somewhat trust you for the most part. When they awaken, can you find me? Be in the chapel. It's the old closet. Or is it a closet? The old storage basin up on whatever deck it's on.
She watches you, and she hasn't blinked once yet at you. And she's like, I'm aware of what a chapel is and where it's located.
I can't be too sure. Place looked abandoned. As if entirely forgotten.
And she takes another puff of her smoke. God has no place in my ward. Only science.
That is your choice to make. Yours alone. Whether it's right or wrong, I cannot say. But I still think that it would benefit you to come and take a look.
And she just sits there, almost like statuesque, every once in a while taking a puff of her cigarette and just watches you. Her other hand just making notes without her looking. I'm pretty sure you're unnerved by this lady at this point.
Very cautious, yes. I'm gonna make a thing here. I'm gonna take some water from my water skin. I'm gonna find what looks to be like a somewhat of a clean bowl or something nearby. And just let some water real quick. And, place it down by this little kobold's table. Every now and then, wipe them down with this. Whatever disease or rot or poison or curse is on them, this will help cleanse it. It'll help the healing. Perhaps they'll be more coherent to speak a little more proper.
She looks over to you and she's like, I don't mean to sound bold of my position, but I am the physician in charge of the ship. I think I know best when it comes to treatments.
Science is one thing. Mystic arts, magic, and curses are another.
As I said,
I have no doubt of your abilities. Not at all. And I don't mean any offense, but you are a stranger in strange lands. What I understand, especially from what the captain has said, things work very differently compared to what you are used to. I think you might be surprised. It might actually help out quite a bit.
she watches you and still unblinking, and she takes another puff. I have spent much time in this strange land, studying its citizens and their capabilities and their internal workings to figure out the best course forward. I recommend you depart
I have
and
no
let my
doubts of that.
patient rest.
Have it no other way, ma'am. I give a curt little bow, leave the area, motion for Ace and Biddy to follow behind so we can leave these two alone.
As you get to the hallway and
Look
you
to
get
Biddy.
you get a bit further towards getting away from the ward, Biddy looks over at you and just simply looks over at you, Scabbard. That shit's fucking insane!
That was funny.
Gonna say
No,
now, I don't
You
trust
should be
her.
careful.
I know Mongo and
You,
Cayenne are just like, this is some red flag shit right here.
Yep.
There's you like to get into all kinds of trouble, don't you, little one?
Biddy's like, I mean, yeah, I learned from you guys. Big cheeky smile.
I give him a little scritch on the head with a claw. That's not exactly a bad thing, but don't take everything we do to heart. In case you haven't noticed, we're kind of a little bit stupid sometimes.
I learned a lesson from Cayenne. If the plan fails, murder.
Well, most of the time. Most of the time. It's a good plan. It's an excellent backup plan. It doesn't always work.
And part B
It's a
of the
good one.
plan is ask Mongo to dispose of the bodies.
That is another excellent one.
And part C is for Nikolai to write a cover story.
Okay.
I don't know about that one, but it does at least does sound like something he would do. And the whole time I'm walking with them back to wherever it is we're going.
The next morning comes and you guys can gather around the breakfast table, and you notice something, Scabbard, at the breakfast table. This doctor is not present. She wasn't present for dinner either.
I'll bring this information up, actually. In fact, Captain.
The captain's not there. It's just the family.
Oh, well then.
Everybody
I'll bring
else
it up to
has
the
already had. The rest of the crew has already gone about doing their daily tasks. So it's just a breakfast for the four of you.
Have any of you met a strange doctor aboard the ship?
Nope.
Nope.
Last night. Well, hang on, Mongo, did you? You're awfully quiet. Mongo? You lose Tom?
No, he's still there.
Remember, it's slightly delayed.
Gotcha.
Oof.
Yeah, he might have to disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah.
Break usually breaks him.
Understandable. I don't know if it's just like I'm just hungry or what, but these tacos are fucking delicious.
Oh no, the gremlins got Tom! Precious. Show you're precious and you're soft and you're warm and cuddly.
There he is. Welcome back, Stretch. So, have you seen a weird doctor, Mongo?
Haven't seen any doctors, but I have seen plenty of weird.
Last night, Biddy woke me up along with Ace. You can still see the mark where I got smacked. But, down in the lower levels of the ship, there was like a infirmary or like a medical ward. There was a weird pearlescent fey-like kobold down there, really badly injured, disease-ridden. I was able to help them, cure them, allow them to get some rest, but there's a weird woman down there too. Kinda gave me the heebie-jeebies. No. I don't know if I trust her or not. Definitely seems creepy. But that kobold was rambling on about some sort of prophecy as well. I don't know.
Well, you are the religious scholar there, buddy.
Kobold's rambling's nothing new.
Mongo, or not
This
Mongo,
isn't like any normal rambling.
Scabbard, do a wisdom for me.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Natural 20. Yeah, it was weird. They were talking about a blood gem creating some sort of prophecy or something. I don't know.
You got a message, my dude.
It's kind of weird. Now, well, Victor's always called me a bloodstone. Opal started doing it as well. But it wasn't like a cheeky way or something. It seemed almost desperate. Like, I don't know. Like there was a certain intent behind the way they were saying it. I did what I could to make sure that they'll heal. Maybe we can ask more questions later if they're still there.
Does Cayenne want to march down to the infirmary at this point?
No, because last thing that she wants to do is piss off a physician that's already been put partially on their bad side by someone opening their mouth when they shouldn't.
Now, the funny thing is, this person, this doctor, or whatever they are, They weren't at any of the lunches or dinners on the ship before. I didn't see them.
Hey, Scabbard, how many meals have I
seem
missed when I'm in the middle of doing something and trying to figure something out? It's kind of normal for the intellectual type, my friend.
Breakfast is
being aboard the ship so far. Sorry, go ahead.
Breakfast that you guys got served by Greece is a sourdough muffin with a dry aged sausage and a aged sharp cheddar with fluffy ricotta eggs and chives.
Damn.
That
Fuck
sounds
off.
good.
That sounds
Sounds
pretty
really
fucking
good.
I was gonna ask.
God, that sounds fucking
I was
amazing.
gonna ask. Being aboard the ship as long as we have so far, even though it hasn't been too long. Whenever they do like the whole like mealtime thing, usually is everyone aboard the ship present for that, or is it like in increments?
Everybody's usually aboard for dinner, and she's never been there.
I'll bring that up with Nikolai then. I understand that, Nikolai, but haven't you noticed that every time there's a meal like time that goes on the ship, everyone is present, even the engineers, the crew,
Yeah, we've only
people that
had
are
what,
up on deck.
2 or 3 meals. I've been
That
days
and also, if she's
studying.
taking care of somebody, she may get her meal in there.
Yeah,
I mean, you are in the mess hall. You could always ask Greece.
not weird at all. They're a doctor. They're taking care of their patient.
I will go ahead and do that then. I'll go ahead and call over to Greece. Greece, a question for you, friend.
He opens the sliding door to the kitchen. Huh? What? Are you not
Can
happy
you
with
tell
the
me
meal I
about the weird
prepared?
doctor? Oh no, it's delicious, amazing. I'm actually just curious
Oh,
about the weird doctor below the deck.
oh. Grizzly, yeah, her. Ah. Fucking spooky bitch, man.
Does she never come up here?
She usually comes up after everyone else. And then occasionally grabs food, leftovers and such.
Hmm. Oh well. I'll ask the captain about it later. It was very weird. That whole encounter just felt so bizarre.
Some people
Unnatural.
like to be left alone there, Scav. It's not that strange.
I mean,
You don't understand.
if it's really a problem, you guys can go down there and try and socialize with her, but I've had better luck socializing with a greasy pan and a sink.
So she's not a very social person. Is that what you're saying, Grizz? Or, Grease?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she's been through a shit
didn't
ton
seem like
since we've gotten here, so...
I don't know, last night she was very social with me. It was kind of weird.
Well, did you knock quietly and politely and ask entrance to her quarters, or did you just walk in?
I was brought down there by Biddy. Wasn't even aware if anyone was down there. She actually startled me.
So that kind of tracks. Somebody just wandered into your own personal quarters. Wouldn't you be asking a lot of questions?
Meanwhile, Biddy is attacking the other side of Nikolai's sandwich because it's a full-size people sandwich. And you just see Biddy just open their mouth as wide as possible. Yeah, if you guys want to go down there and talk to her, I know Mongo has something to bring up.
With the doctor?
You just have, I figure you have stuff in general to bring up from your research, bud.
All right, Scav. I'll go with you. See this spooky lady.
Biddy points to Cayenne.
Why am I being pointed at?
Biddy turns towards you. Perhaps more scary should go. That way it evens out the awkward. Oddly enough, there might be a certain logic there.
Fine, I guess I'm being voluntold to go see this freaky bitch that y'all so talk about.
Alright.
Biddy looks over at Ace. Cayenne could clap cheeks and take names.
I think the GM is off for rocker.
Why are you looking at me like that, cat?
If the cat's looking at you strange, there might be a sign there.
Guess we're off to see the spooky bitch.
The look I'm getting right there. So you guys pocket as much food as you can and head down there. And Cayenne, as soon as you get towards the door, you smell the tobacco, and it's like, that's weird for a medical place.
That is not a cleansing herb at all.
Yeah, it's as you get closer, it's kind of like a weird smell of antiseptic tobacco smoke. A strange tobacco smoke, especially to you because you're a druid. You're like, that doesn't smell normal. And because of your deific nature, a very faint underlining smell of death and decay.
My guess is this spooky bitch is spooky for a reason, and it's more of Osling's understanding.
So
chat?
That kind of spooky.
Someone doesn't have the proper insights to digest food.
For the chat, to be fair, Biddy does have a great point.
well, Scav, wish to do the honors?
I didn't ask before, but this ward, is it sectioned off by like an actual like proper door, or is it curtained off like how it would have been in the old days?
It's actually sectioned off. It's its own private bay, essentially, that's built into the ship.
Give a curtain knock.
And you hear heels come across the wood, and the door opens, and you see her standing there, and she looks to you, Scabbard, and then she looks to Nikolai. Then she looks to Mongo, and then she looks to Cayenne, and she's like, and she doesn't even like her face doesn't change at all from the same neutral position. Interesting.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
Peculiar.
Wait until you hear our relationship to each other. That freaks everybody out.
Yeah, we kept getting asked if we were related to a bud. And it's like, well, yeah, one of us, but how the fuck they're always
gonna
able to tell?
shake my head a little. Permission to enter your ward there. Here's
She opens the door and she wipes her hands on her apron. You can see there's blood on her leather apron as she walks into the room, and she immediately lights up another cigarette with blood-soaked gloves on. And all right, how can I assist you? Are you sick, injured? What?
Just the usual levels of crazy.
Oh, madam, my brother Scav raised some concerns about a patient that you have here. And we're wondering how we could assist him or you.
Interesting. He gave me a false name last night, and my intuition was correct about that.
False name, huh?
I do have a current patient, another lizard that used to walk upright.
And why do they no longer walk upright?
And she takes a puff of the cigarette and she's like, well, when one loses their legs, they tend to be unable to walk anymore.
That would do it to him.
Yep, that checks out.
And she heads over to the bay and she's like, I've collected samples after whatever witch doctor medicine that you did. Quite fascinating.
What did you do, Scav?
channel divine energy.
Ah,
More of a faith-related thing rather than witch doctory or alchemy.
Call it what you will. It's
Something
still a
unique
witch
to this world, I
doctrine.
suppose.
Nonsensical madness.
well, how is the patient doing?
They seem to be recovering from their illnesses. You guys can do an insight on her.
Nine.
22.
6.
17?
Nikolai and Scabbard, the way she's phrasing things really, like, essentially, your kind is considered coach passengers on this ward, and that the crew is probably, first class.
Doing the bare minimum
enough.
possible.
And she heads over to the bay and she's like, go ahead. Lizard, you have a poor guest. And she walks across the way to her office. Something stands out to you, Kyan. In one of the bays, you can see that she's growing very interesting tobacco plants. If you want, you can do an investigation on that.
I think I will.
Guide them over to the table or bed or whatever that this strange kobold is at.
What'd you get, Cayenne?
I got a 6.
A 6? You kind of feel the soil a little bit, and you're just kind of thinking about it, and you can do a nature on it.
That's a 23.
You feel the soil, and you look at it in your fingers a little bit, examining it, and being nonchalant about it. You can tell that there is, the usual fecal matter. There's compost in it. But the thing that really jumps out at you is that there are remains of critters in here. That this is essentially a new tobacco you haven't encountered, a blood tobacco.
Oh, that's weird.
I think my guess is right. She don't eat normal food and doesn't have the ability to do so.
And as you go into the bay and you hop on the little riser scabbard, the kobold looks over at you. Feeble one has returned. I must take you to the barons. And
I'll look to the rest of the group
and
and
they
shrug
instantly
like I
cling
don't know what the hell
onto
he's talking
you.
about.
Praise me and bless me, great one.
They speak. So they're speaking a language that we all understand.
Draconic.
Draconic. Okay. You not understand Draconic, Scav? Like,
I understand Draconic, Kobold, Elvish.
okay. Well, they think you're some type of fabled person. I mean, after all, it's not like we haven't
Apparently
encountered
so.
like a dozen gods. How weird is that to you?
Very. Yeah, remember this is a kobold that didn't even want to be an emperor. What makes you think he's
What a
gonna
bold
want
man.
to be a god? What's your name?
Four. I was a pawn.
Don't have a name. Just have a number. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. What happened to you? How did you end up here?
I was taken from the barons by the Red Queen, and I was given the servitude of being a pawn. Rather detrimental job, especially if the other one comes knocking.
Other one.
The one with the whistling blade.
Do we know what that
Alice
means?
and the Red Queen. The Red Queen's taking people and turning them into her pawns for the army, is what it sounds like this one is saying.
We're servants.
Does that sound about right?
We're lower than the pawns. Our females are, and you can start seeing them like get really emotional. Their blood is used to make her garments beautiful. Their blood has a pearlescence to it, and the Red Queen really loves it, especially in her garments.
Well,
And they cling onto your
that's insane.
clothing, scabbard. And they saw us said that there would be a red cobalt of blood that would save us all and take us away from her.
Wow, Scav. Alrighty.
I'm gonna
Huh.
assume that Nikolai and I are gonna translate this for the rest of the party that don't understand the language.
Yep.
Got a
While
How
they
does
feeling.
were
that make
doing that,
Cayenne feel?
while they were doing that discussion, have I picked up on any kind of like undead vibes with this physician at all? Like any signs?
Not
Actually, a really good
directly.
question.
You guys could both. Well, no, Scav, you're too distracted. Go ahead and kind of do an insight for me. How's Mongo reacting to this news?
Whew. That's pretty heavy.
Internal monologue. Fuck this realm. Fucking nothing makes goddamn sense. All of it is like, hey, what's the craziest thing we could fucking do? No, that idea is too sane. We can't ever do that.
Yeah, I hear you.
I got a 17, by the way.
Not directly related to her, but you can almost feel like there's I guess in simple terms, possible experimentation of undeath here.
Gotcha. Whew.
And you look over and you see what Scav meant about kind of being creepy Cayenne. As she's sitting in her office, her leg is crossed and she's just smoking, and she's watching all four of you, and her hand is just writing notes down, and she's not blinking at all.
I don't think Cayenne wants to leave until she figures out if her hunch is correct. Because there ain't no way that she's a living being. For one, if she's not blinking. Two, she doesn't come up when there's any kind of dinner or food prepared. And three, literally tobacco that is fertilized with dead things.
Well, Grace did say she comes up and occasionally gets leftovers.
Scavenging behavior. So, again.
Hey, you can just go talk to her, Cayenne.
Does she appear like she's elvish at all? Or elven at all?
No, she's just human.
Okay.
She's got a few scars here and there, but for the most part, she seems completely human like the rest of the crew.
I think she's probably... Cayenne is going to politely ask about her history, and if it's too much of a push, she'll back off.
Go for it.
You have some very interesting tobacco.
She looks over and she's like, yes, it's a special cultivation that I find rather potent. It has certain properties that tend to ease the nerves more than normal tobacco. Think of it as a mixture at times between, depending on the batch, a mixture between a wonderful strain of opium and maybe lithium. Quite savory on the tongue.
Alrighty. Everybody here is crazy. I'm with you, Mongo.
She turns towards you, and it's very unnerving how she just looks at you, very like she's just rigid and just. She's like, "Do you yourself cultivate plants?"
I do, but it's not exactly tobacco.
Wacky tobacco.
I am a druid,
She makes a note of this in her book.
which if I'm are you from the same time period as the captain?
I am. I was a. Well, my good doctor was the primary physician aboard the ship, and I was his primary nurse. As well, he has perished, it is now my duties to succeed his position and continue on his work, if not expand on it.
The reason I ask is because it for your knowledge's sake, how do you define a druid? Do you follow the term that I've heard explained once before, that a druid is more of a priest? Or do you follow the definition you've observed while you've been here?
I don't adhere to many such beliefs. I believe in science first and process second. Through experimentation and understanding of the physiology and psychology of something is the true way to advance things.
She's not weird at all, Scav. It's a science mind.
Nikolai's fucking wet dream of a brain.
In per the chat, wow, Hatter's perfect mate.
After the mentioning of the tobacco that she cultivates, yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to offend, but some find me a little too direct in my operational apprehendes.
Madam, I for one
No.
find it refreshing.
She makes
Yeah,
another note.
Living a life next to this guy, it's nothing new.
And you can see that she has the talent to write in a notebook without even looking, with perfect penmanship.
I have a peculiar question. I hope it's not offensive.
Oh no, madam, speak plainly. I'd rather that you do than beat around the bush.
Thank God I'm not the only one in this world.
I noticed that when the crew have dinner, you don't join with the rest of us. Is that because you're busy tending to your patient and your work?
I look after the crew. They are my ward. I don't see a reason to socialize when I don't need to socialize. If you become too personal with those that you oversee as your ward, you become too attached and you make too many mistakes when it comes to care for them.
That makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Nikolai, don't you already have a girlfriend?
I'm just saying.
If you don't remember, he has more of a body count than we do. Slut.
It's not wrong.
Nikolai's really living up to the male rap mantra over there. That's why I must breathe.
I wish to apologize, madam, for the things my brother have spoken about you. He doesn't understand the intellectual mind as much as we would like. He did think you were quite off-putting. I, for one, appreciate the fact that the words you are saying are the words that you are saying, and there's nothing behind them.
Cayenne, do an investigation.
That's a 12.
As you're standing in her doorway, you kind of look over at, as she's looking to Nikolai and Scabbard, you look over at the notepad to just get a glance at what she's doing. And you see that she's done a small sketch of, like, you know, a degenerated leg and a small note next to you can't really read. When you see a question mark and you're like, oh, that is just eerie as fuck as she's trying to figure out how things function with us.
She doesn't need to get any of Cayenne's blood. Unless it's gifted to her. Be terrifying to do a holy transfusion.
That might cause someone to explode unless it's fought.
Yeah.
For fun, it might just be like pure sugar for an ADHD kid.
Oh, no. It's like taking adrenaline straight to the heart.
It might be completely zen too.
Yeah.
Like taking a hit of opium and just falling into a velvet beanbag.
She looks over. I don't know what things you are discussing between the two walking lizards, but perhaps you should find a resolution for it.
I don't know who she's talking to. Is she
She's just-
talking to me, Scav, or Nikolai?
She's just speaking to the group. And this entire time, she hasn't blinked at all.
Well, Scav.
Either this is a severe case of shell shock, or there's definitely something off with her, because I'm not getting any kind of undead at this point. Unless Scav can pick up on it. Or Mongo can
You'd have
see
to mention it
anything
to
with
him.
his goggles.
Oh, Mongo.
You would have to mention it to him because he's just way too distracted at the moment with what's going on here.
Scabbard, what are you thinking, buddy?
Have to help him. I mean, we can't just let the Red Queen keep taking people to use as pawns.
For sure.
They ask for a piece of parchment from you, Scabbard.
Go ahead and tear a page out of my journal, hand it to them.
Does that hurt Mongo to see?
A little bit. It's like Scav would probably know that Mongo's got more than plenty of parchment. It's like, I would absolutely love just to come up with some sort of magic. It's like, yeah, it's a never-ending roll of parchment. You can just an endless book.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though, is Scav knows that you have all, like, this endless, like, information, and you have a bunch of parchment and such, but he doesn't want to ask something of you like that because he knows how important that is to you.
It's
That's
fucking
fair.
parchment, dude. It's meant for writing shit down.
Yeah, it's like,
Well,
what's
it's
meant
the
for?
premium
Yeah,
parchment.
but you have to take a look through. You have to think in terms of Scav. Like, Mongol values this greatly. I'll just use some of mine.
That's fair.
So the kobold draws a map for you, Scabbard, on how to get to the Warrens. Or the Barrens, I should say. I think Scav and the crew are going on a side quest.
definitely to find out more information at the very least.
Nikolai, do a investigation.
Okie dokie.
Mongo, you can do one too.
Sure.
That is a whole almost nothing. Yeah.
12.
Okay. I closed my character. Oh no, there it is. That would be a 12 as well.
Okay.
We both rolled low, huh?
So do you guys just leave the ward crying a little bit like, yeah, it's nuts?
I'm sticking with Scav. If he's sitting by this person's side, I'll say, well, I think it's important to ask more questions.
I would leave, especially if I could tell that this patient needs rest and to be left alone for a bit.
Likewise, if it looks like they're straining, it looks like they need more time to heal and recover, I'm
Yeah.
leaving them be.
Nikolai and
Yeah.
Mongo, as you guys leave, you kind of get, because of your height, you can view things. You get a little bit of a glance, and you're like, you pause for a moment as you're heading out, making it nonchalant. And as you head out the door, you guys could exchange a look of like, this fucking experiments behind some of those curtains.
What was that?
She does experiments behind some of those curtains that the others couldn't see.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll keep that to ourselves, right, brother?
Yeah, just for now.
You hear that behind you, Cayenne.
Was that said out loud?
Yeah.
Under our breath, but
Keep what to yourselves?
You know how Nikolai's really good at the mechanical gizmos that he makes?
Yes.
But it does require him to, kind of tinker in unconventional ways.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we're a little further away now?
Yeah, you're heading up the stairs to the upper deck area.
Okay. Yeah, we're pretty sure she's doing the same thing, but just, biologically.
Mm-hmm.
So just out of curiosity, this doctor is her name Mary or Shelley?
Neither or. But she is definitely unhinged.
it would be weird to find something that's
I don't
not
know.
weird here.
You do have the map, by the way, Scabbard.
Oh. And take a look at it, having like folded it into the journal.
It's only, from what you can guess, half a day's away to get there.
See,
It's not
that's the
very
thing that
far from
puzzles
here.
me. Your brethren there drew a map, but we know the wilds here don't work with maps. So what's the point?
And you're looking at the map, and you can see some of the geographic shift a little bit, and the map updates to account for that.
Now that's a
Look
cool
close.
ability.
I think it might be because they are of the Fae. Maybe it's something unique that Fae can do here that just people like us can't.
Yeah, the rules for the Fae are fucking weird.
Cayenne just standing there
Um,
being Fae. Much less a Fae goddess.
Sorry, sis.
I mean, Cayenne,
Um,
no offense to you, but you are also spent a lot of time in the normal world and not so much here in the Feywild, so...
Cayenne, if you really want to push a point, you can draw a map and see if it works the same as the Kobold one.
I will try to do that.
You see her draw a very crude map of the two pillars in the ship, leading to a random spot out into the wilds, and you guys all look down at the map waiting. You see the topography of the map shift a little bit, and the map update accordingly.
Huh.
Huh.
the actual fuck. Okay.
That's
It's
fascinating.
a Fey thing, I guess.
Okay, so what I read earlier yesterday, I thought was really fucking weird, but well, apparently that's par for the course. Okay.
Looks like you got a new duty there, sister. You gotta draw us maps so we don't get lost.
And that's going to be paid in what way?
Please.
You did say please. Wow.
Well, he did
Pretty
say please.
please?
That is very rare. That's even rarer. But he does make a good point, though, Cayenne. I'm actually confused. Why haven't we thought of this sooner? It is actually really good to know, though, that one of us in our group is actually able to navigate this place far
Because
better than the rest of us. That's for damn sure.
no one even thought to even ask when the sister has stated on multiple occasions, and you could have done any kind of research to know that I'm Fae.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, we already know.
Yeah, that's the whole reason why we try to keep a certain type of metal away from her.
Yeah. You could have asked at any given point, but never did.
You do know that Mongo did mention he read something weird, and that is even weirder.
I'm just on the point that we were told that
Speaking
maps
of
don't
weird,
work. So why even bother?
yeah, that too. But also, weird, Mongo? You said something about weird reading.
No, the reading was fine. The information that was come across, well, that's a bit odd. So, as it turns out, the captain here has a book that was written by a Fey hunter and goes into great detail on the only true way to kill a Fey.
Okay.
As in, some of them aren't as dead as we thought.
Okay.
So I guess, Cayenne, no matter what happens, unless everybody forgets all about you, you're fine.
That's good.
For Cayenne, for others, that's problematic.
So you mean to tell
I
me
think I get what you're saying.
that
Yeah.
we have quite a few unfinished business individuals out there,
Not exactly.
and one that's probably very pissed off at this.
Well,
It's yeah.
there's, as long as everybody remembers a certain individual, their ember of life is never truly extinguished. And as long as they're still a little bit burning somewhere, there's a chance of return.
Which is probably what basically killed Angelo. Or destroyed Angelo. Or caused Angelo to be killed. Or destroyed.
The 1,000-yard stare coming from Cayenne right now.
Well, I think I can help
We're not
us.
becoming dad. We're not becoming dad. We're not becoming dad. We're not becoming dad. We're not becoming dad.
I okay.
Effectively,
Kippa,
the best revenge in a case like this is to do everything we can to live happily ever after and forget he ever existed.
yeah.
But it doesn't
However, for
mean
our dear captain,
anyone
that's going to be
who's
a very
it doesn't mean
difficult.
that anyone who's out there living who potentially served with them has forgotten them.
Yeah.
Meaning by the
Yeah.
simple act of them being alive or them having those memories means that ember is still burning somewhere and I need to extinguish that.
By making everyone forget about him.
Yeah. Or yeah. Okay. Remember how fucked up I was with that little jaunt that Scavard caused us to take into his Lord and Master's realm while we were traveling in the desert? That troubled me tremendously for a while. But Kippa helped me figure out how to change my memories so they're still there, not like a modify memory or remove memory, but they're not so forward and the same.
Yes, you learned how to look back differently.
Yeah, it's really a simple exercise.
Recontextualize them.
Yeah, recontextualize them. It's a really a simple exercise, and the terrors and misery only come back up when actively pulling those memories. So
Cayenne is
it's
just going to
something that
take
can
her
be
arms
taught.
and rip off her sleeve and just show off the scars on her arm. Oh, yes, let me recontextualize this, you stupid rat.
It can be done, sister. It can be done.
I don't know if I'm going to have to
Outside of-
reread the book, but I don't know if recontextualization is enough.
It's better than nothing.
Something akin to a wish might work, but those are very dangerous.
You're forgetting who it was that we dealt with and who I literally hear at night, every single night, their words echoing in the chambers of my fucking brain.
That's what
Every time a bad weather comes by, my arm is aching. I feel my little shrooms sawing at my fucking shoulder with the wire I was strung up with.
I understand, sister. I do.
That is understandable.
Don't try to give me useless advice.
It's
Thank
not
you.
useless advice. It's
Useless.
I
It's
deem it
pretty
so.
idiotic to ignore the obvious. In fact, borderline stupid.
What's so
to ignore
obvious
the
about
fact
it?
that
Did
that's
you read the
probably
book?
The best option.
Or are you just making shit up?
No, you of all people know the power of what a wish can do. We could quite literally just wish for it to completely be forgotten by anything and everyone. But you, of course, already know that always comes with a catch. There's always a price to pay.
you're the only one that brought up doing a wish there, Scav. Which would be
Yeah,
insane.
and also, just as a quick little refresher, Mongo never would have mentioned that he used the wish spell.
I thought he did.
No, he never would have. I don't know if even Coin knows that he did that.
Coin might.
There's a chance, but even that I don't know.
Yeah, Coin would honestly,
I know.
in my mind, would be the only person who would have known of that. That's just the player saying that, though.
I know
No
we've
one
spoken
Mongo, he
about
may
wishes
have.
before in the past, but I guess it's possible we never spoke about Mongo doing one. But I do know that we have spoken of them in the past.
So I'm
this is
guessing-
knowledge that we do know. It's like,
So as you guys are walking, talking, I'm guessing you're gonna head to the Barrens.
I mean, we kind of have to like figure out how exactly we're going to do that and
Well,
what that means to the
Yeah.
rest of the trip. And
go talk to Hook. He's in his captain's quarters.
so,
Couldn't
I have.
couldn't the Barons also work along with the current mission that we're working with, seeing as the Red Queen takes these little kobolds as her slaves and die essentially for her clothes? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Kind of brings new meaning to the term tool and die, doesn't it?
Yeah, the male kobolds are basically put into the worst jobs possible, you know, that you can imagine, and the women are basically harvested.
she's
I can think of. I have a couple of ideas.
Wasn't there a
of how
movie
we
that
could
was the
help.
premise of?
I don't know.
feels like
actually.
it, don't it?
Hold up.
So, all right. Beside the discussion on how to keep embers of this monster alive, or not keep embers of this monster alive, we are in agreement that we need to try to help these kobolds. Is that correct?
Yep.
I mean, if the captain gives me permission,
Yeah,
I'd try
I'm just
and
assuming
open-
at this point you guys are heading to the captain's quarters, and you guys
Yeah.
eventually are standing outside the door.
Having this last moment discussion.
Yeah. And as you guys are talking about that, the door opens and the captain's like, "You know, I can hear you."
Kind of figured as much.
Yeah, stealth has never exactly been our a strong suit.
He looks over to
Or
the
any-
mouse, rather surprised.
Suit.
What? You don't have a big suit of armor, right?
Lady Cayenne.
Hello?
Come in, come in. You all look perplexed and stressed. Has something happened aboard my ship that I should be aware of?
Well, I kind of found a
not yet per se,
book.
but there is. Well, let
If
Mongo
you
go
mention
first.
my wife again, I will kill you on this spot.
Yeah. How about just don't talk for now?
I think
I
Cayenne
cannot.
has
tell you
cracked her neck and is just through her teeth. Oh, he said what now?
Let's.
After I told
Really
him
gotta
to
learn that
mind
spell,
his
how to make
fucking
things quiet.
words. He should have shot you. Maybe then you would learn a lesson in minding your fucking words when you have a meeting.
Anyways, well,
We're calm. We're good now.
we're good now. Yeah. Breathe. Woosah, right?
What brings you to my quarters?
Mongo, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Sort of found one of the books in your library there. From a certain Fey hunter.
The only thing that I could gather from that book is the Fae that I worked with to try and translate it refused to translate anything else without an absurd price. A book written by Zanzibar.
Yeah, there might be a reason why they charge such a high price. It details on exactly how to permanently end a Fey.
Okay.
By not only, the usual, stabby, shooty sort of thing. There's always a small chance that they could come back as long as there's somebody around to remember them.
Okay.
Now, how good of a chance that is, I've got to finish reading the book, but yeah, as long as somebody remembers that they're there, there's always a slim chance of them coming back to cause all sorts of trouble.
So those that remember have to forget.
Yeah,
In a way.
which is way easier said than done.
Especially to those who have been scarred or maimed or been left any sort of quote unquote gift.
Interesting.
Certain little forget-me-nots.
So, you gather around the table. And he pulls out chairs for the shorter people and stools so they can get on the table or at table length.
Thank you kindly.
And he pulls out a chair for
Thank you,
you,
good
Cayenne, and sets a soft pillow on it. As a lady should sit on a soft pillow, not hardwood.
I don't know why that makes me giggle, because Kyan is so much of a fucking tomboy for a fucking noble.
Yeah,
She
but,
would sit on a broken log if she could.
but look adheres to the proper mannerisms.
Mm-hmm. And Cayenne won't object. Thank you.
He looks perplexed how he wants to go about this, and he ruffles up his beard a little bit. And you can see, and he kind of relaxes his face a little bit. And you can see all the wrinkles in his face of how age has really gotten to him. That like joy, that kind of spryness kind of fades a little bit. He's like, I have a singular favor left that I'm willing to expend. If you complete this mission, you help me repair my ship. I'm offering to sweeten the pot for you. Do you want to hear my proposal?
Any plans or
By
a
all
start?
means.
Yeah.
I have spoken in depth with my crew, and we are done with the wilds. However, there's a problem with that. We are stranded. We have a current standing deal where I help you get to the Sphinx, and then I help you with the Jabberwocky, and then that is the end of our deal. Correct?
Friends never part on such permanent severance.
Well, I would like to sweeten the deal, and from what I hear from your home, you're dealing with a war.
Indeed.
If my ship could be repaired, which it has to be before we deal with the Jabberwocky, me and my crew will join your armada. And he
No, we can ask that of you, Captain.
And he walks over and he opens a he moves a painting aside and he opens a safe. And he takes out a box and he comes over and he sets this box on the table. This secret does not leave this room. Understood?
Might have to ask someone to leave, brother. Looking over at Scaff.
I'm pretty sure Cayenne is giving Scabbard death daggers at the moment.
Is it possible for you to keep a secret, Scav? You have
We hold a
failed.
lot of your secrets from our childhood.
What? I didn't hear what you said, Manny.
I still hold a lot of our secrets from our childhood about you, and you, and you.
Yeah, but we're talking about
I'm
important
good
secrets.
when it comes to holding things. Yes.
Important secrets.
Yes.
Well,
You really have so little faith in me.
Captain, my brother is very honorable. So, if his word of will keep the secret is good enough to you, it's good enough for me.
The captain chuckles a little bit. Back in my fallen society, among other ships and crews, there is loyalty to the captain in the job. And then there is a term I think that suits your fine brother here rather well. At least it humors me. My crew is loyal, but they will act on their own volition when they need to. Plus, there are crews that we refer to as they're no longer among the living, as lawful stupid.
Oh, if ever I have heard a term more befitting of our brother.
I say this in an honorable jest, little lizard. How do you respond to that, Scabbard? The captain just cracked a joke at you.
I don't know how to respond to that.
So, here's the current situation. Here's the other part of the deal. We carry out all these actions. We need to forget, essentially, thou shalt not be named. And he unwraps the box, and it's a very beautiful redwood box with gold trimming and a lock on all three sides from its hinge. And he takes out the keys and he undoes all three locks. And he opens the box, and you guys can't see what's in it yet. And he's like, I'm pretty sure each of you are rather versed in certain mythologies that transcend even our time. And he reaches in the box and he takes out with a very delicate touch and sets a lamp down next to the box. I have one favor. I'm willing to expend that favor for this cause. You see, the being that owns this certain land is not a prisoner any longer. They're free. But they still owe me one favor for giving them their freedom. I'm willing to cash that in.
And you trust there's no trickery behind that?
He looks over. This particular Jin has killed other Jin for their trickery.
Yeah. We all do know and have met Jin of honor and goodness. Though there are the more predominant stories of trickery and deception. It's only the reason why I ask.
Believe them to be trustworthy, Captain, then I believe that's it's probably the best choice to put in your hands.
From what I understand, he gently taps the box. Jin has a brother that has worked with the world for quite some time now. He's actually the one that got me involved in the whole situation of bringing this chip.
Huh.
What are the chances that they're related, the two of them?
I'm pretty sure that's the story thread she's weaving.
How's
Yep, that's
Cayenne
why I'm like,
responding to
hmm.
this?
Cayenne is observing and is more so interested to learn more, but at the same time, she doesn't want to ask too many questions to make it seem like she's doubting anything that Captain is saying.
How is Mongo responding to this?
Huh.
Same thing.
Basically.
Ah, all right.
So,
Okay, so we do what we've already agreed to do, but we do you a favor. You basically extend a favor from the Jinn to us. What exactly is it that you're asking us to do?
he just leans forward and puts his hand on the table. Get me and my crew the fuck out of this cursed hellhole. No offense, Lady Cayenne.
None taken.
I've spent too long here and have
Captain?
seen too much death.
Nikolai,
Captain,
weren't you planning
Yes.
on fixing the ship
We'll
up
do
to
even better than
100%
that.
anyway?
Yeah.
Including the thing that will let them go to another, back to the different realm?
Or to any realm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to take time, and I'll need your help. Mostly
Go.
because I can't read the
Captain.
manual.
not only would we be able to do this for you, but we could also potentially offer you a place to call home as well, should you ever need it.
It is what would be in the material plane, Captain. You'd be more familiar to what I understand you're from.
Oh, that would be more
Somewhat.
than gracious. You do realize that when all of this happened to me, I was scheduled for retirement.
2 days from retirement.
Makes sense from what I've seen of the ship. They were going to make it a museum or something, weren't they?
They are going to dress down the ship. I was to take one final tour with my core crew. And we decided to leave as there was nothing for us to go to as our society was falling apart.
Well, Captain, with the brilliance of your crew and the ableness of your crew, we could probably get this done.
Is there any other business to handle?
There is another matter to discuss that does fall in line with both of our goals as well. We learned some rather interesting information. I don't know if you are aware of the kobold and that's in the medical ward of your ship, but
Is the strange
there is.
lizard, yes.
We learned that the Red Queen has been taking people from various regions all around and basically more or less making them part of her army, her pawns, using them. One such happens to be that kobold's warren that's not too far from here. We may be able to go ahead, liberate them, and take away part of her forces, make the fight even easier. But there's not many places we'd be able to take them. They could potentially help you aboard your ship. I do have another plan, but it does ask of your permission to do something, Captain. I can, in a way, open a door to some place that would be safe for them. but it does open a door on your ship. It's a sacred place. It can be done in your chapel.
Well,
It would actually offer a lot of boundless information to you and your crew as well in regards to this world.
Scabbard,
But it's something I wouldn't ask of without your permission.
I'm if I may jump in there. I'm sure the captain and their crew may appreciate extra hands, and a human crew and a kobold crew would definitely be able to collaborate and work together.
They don't speak the same language.
It would be an adjustment for sure,
Exactly.
but aren't typically Warrens hundreds of members?
That is why I have brought up potential of taking them to a place that is safe. Temple.
True. I mean, I'm sure some of
There are
them
many
would.
places deep in the temple that would offer safety for them, a haven. Plus, it's a place where they can go ahead and become educated.
I get that.
Furthermore, it takes them away from the fight, and it
But
takes
this-
resources away from the Red Queen.
True. But you're also talking about uprooting hundreds of individuals from their homes.
They may not want to leave this
They
realm.
may not. They may just want
That is a
help.
potential option. I didn't say that that's going to be the
Right.
guarantee.
They may just want help. And
I don't. Maybe my words are terrible in explaining things. Maybe I am really just idiotic and stupid. But I do have an idea as to how we can help them. A couple of ways. This just happens to be one that I think would be probably the best option. We can help them in a way by making it more difficult for the Red Queen to get to. We could find a way to try and hide their warren or relocate them somewhere else.
okay,
They could become part of the captain's crew should you wish it, Captain. But
Okay,
moving
I
them
think
someplace safe may be the best option.
we need to go there and
If
find out
they are-
exactly what kind of situation that they're in before we start trying to settle on a plan on how to solve the problem.
yeah, we can't decide for an entire group of people how they should.
I'm aware of this.
Nikolai, what were you gonna say?
They are of this realm, and we do have very close personal friends and family that are directly related to this realm. Perhaps there is a house or two that would potentially be able to offer aid and not have to uproot the entire clan of peoples.
Kaya, do a wisdom with advantage for me.
I understand this. Believe me, I do, Nikolai. The
13.
fact of the matter is, we still have to find a way to safeguard them until that moment comes.
And without knowing the exact kind of danger that they're in, it's almost impossible to figure that out.
Yeah. There may be tens of
Exactly.
thousands
Right
of
now,
them,
we are
brother.
facing a very distinct lack of information.
The thing that I'm trying to get at, Captain, is, with your permission, if it is necessary to do so, would you allow it to be done for me to basically make this opening that will allow safety for these people, but also for a means for you and your crew to learn more of this world as well?
As they try to leave this world.
That is a point, Mongo. They don't care about this world, and I don't blame you, Captain. I'm kind of done with it too, and I've only been here 3 days. It's beautiful. It's entertaining. It's interesting.
What doorway are you talking about, Scav?
I think he's talking about the temple, the frozen temple.
The
Temple of the
library?
gods. Yeah.
Should you maybe ask the
Well, the text-
librarian there before
I
trying to...
am.
before sending like an entire civilization on her doorstep?
I would love to do so, but the only way to do so is to open the temple and go in. It's not like we can go ahead and just, instant message someone about this. It's a whole
no, there are
entire
ways.
different realm.
There are ways, indeed.
Yeah, but you forget. But myself and the librarian are the only three, as far as we're aware, in all of existence who are able to access this temple.
Book looks over. Are you sure you're not taking too much opium and vitamin in such a place?
No, we were there well before we ever came to the this realm, Captain.
The captain's already put the key back in the box.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're getting at there, Scav. I think you kind of stepped far ahead of other possibilities. Kind of the things that you're mentioning are more like, well, there's nothing else we can do, in my opinion. I think it's probably more beneficial for us to find out more information before we even start making any plans. There may be nothing we can do.
Obviously, but
I mean,
there's plenty we can
they're
do.
Fae.
There's options.
They're a Fae kobold, yes.
Seems like it to me. Would there be ways to ensure this?
Drop a piece of iron on
I
them.
can detect if they are Fae or not. That's
Well,
not even necessary. I'm able to sense when Fae are around.
Only when you use
You're-
your ability.
You're not letting me finish.
go ahead, please.
I mean, if, say, these individuals had protection of the Fate Court, as long as someone could vouch for them, a loofah could essentially help guarantee their safety. I mean, a house did just become free.
Yeah. It sounds like a possibility for sure. Well, that is, fortunately, we do have direct means to start that conversation, so we can instant message Osling.
Oh god.
I mean, Alufa has mentioned that she does work for the houses in the Fate Court doing
Yeah.
clerical work and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant.
But it's
We-
pretty strained right now.
Well, that's what I meant. We, just that Scav mentioned the instant message function. We can literally immediately speak to Osling, tell her about the situation, and she could, in theory, immediately speak with Alufa about it, and things could get started.
Hook looks over. He's like, well, go meet with them, see what's going on. Do whatever you need to do. I don't understand.
Hang with us long enough, Hook, and you'll understand that not understanding is part of the job.
He looks over. He's like, I spent enough time around you. I'm going to have to join Alice and Lithium.
And that is a laugh out loud for sure. Reality.
Yeah.
I'll go about seeing on getting that door open, ask and see if the librarian will allow it as a potential backup plan.
And Cayenne is going to work on that potential idea that she had for Hook in the meantime until we are moving out to do something.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So when do we leave?
That's up to you. You can leave as soon as possible, or you can just wait a little bit and then leave.
Well, it might be good to get your patient in better health so we can ask more questions. This is entirely up to you, Captain. But that cigar that our companion gave you would instantly resolve your patient's suffering if you were to choose to use that. That's the quickest solution
What
I am
caused the
aware of.
suffering?
It was some sort of disease, some sort of rot. I was able to cure it, but I wasn't able to restore their legs. But if that cigar does have some sort of restoration, it may be able to fix them.
You'd mention a whistling blade.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was probably Alice then. You know, she does.
Okay, so-
Alice's weapon is rather nasty.
A god put him in this particular predicament.
Yeah.
Said God might be the only one to undo that.
Potentially.
Potentially, but not necessarily. We're
That
always
blade does
counters
have
to
some-
any
Worth asking,
form of.
Worth asking.
So, it is worth asking.
Hook.
Let's find Alice.
Hook walks to you, Cayenne, and he hands you the cigar.
I'll take the cigar. I know what it's for.
Yeah. He's like, please don't summon her within my quarters. I can't stand dealing with her sometimes.
If you manage to find Alice, I'll be in the chapel.
As soon as you guys leave the captain's quarters, on the rail you see the floating mist and you see the Cheshire smile.
Is your lady with you?
That depends. And the smile turns upside down, twisting into a larger smile.
If he's close enough, I'm gonna give him make it appear as if I'm giving him scritches.
Like where he would be.
You materialize a little bit, leaning into the scooches, being like impossibly long, and turning back into this. Garrett, you're probably going, what the fuck?
If you wouldn't mind getting word that we would like to speak with her before you leave.
Indulge in the madness, and she shall appear.
Huh.
We're not indulged enough?
And the hatter floats around you, and you can feel it chilling your fur, Mungo. Oh no. When Alice is around, it's an all you can eat.
The Hatter or the Cheshire?
The Cheshire.
Oh. Let's go get mad, Mongo. And summon our friend.
As,
While they do that, I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
I know you're heading to the chapel.
Pretty sure ever since Mongo got to this fucking realm, he's had a headache, and right now it's probably worse.
But are you able to cast comprehend languages now, brother?
As they head off and you're standing on the deck, and you turn around and just like that always terrifying moment, Alice is right there standing behind you. But like an inch from you, just looking up, looking at you.
I can feel you behind me. My neck hairs give it away.
Is it like creeping dread?
Don't encroach on someone's territory now. You don't want to deal with him, although the last time that we went to go see a certain someone, Cheshire took me there. It was a rather entertaining experience, to say the least.
I don't mean to sound unpleasant and rude, but Cheshire does speak of wonderful screams that come from that realm.
It's a place that I believe that my sister would feel comfortable, as well as yourself. I don't mind the darkness there, but I'm still on edge about those that go bump in the night. I'm just glad that we didn't encounter any hags there. That was the least of what we needed to deal with.
She looks over. A woman of poverty living on the street.
No. It's the same as how the term druid means something different as well. Here it means something different than the definition you know. Like, for example, in your time, I heard druids are a priest.
Yes.
Here, we're essentially nature's healer. We perform remedies. We follow nature-based magic that doesn't exactly exist in your time anymore.
Well, my time is before your time, and it seems that things have changed and have gotten better, perhaps a little worse. It's unclear which one it is. I'm not used to being summoned, like Cheshire said. Well, Cheshire dragged me here. Now, is Cheshire of my influence, or am I of his influence?
Apparently, my brother Scav needed to speak with you about something to do with a kobold.
Oh, what?
That's
A what?
You know how Scav is a walking lizard,
Yes.
a sentient lizard?
Yes.
Same thing. Same thing, but more fey looking.
She looks at you. It's hard to tell Alice's expressions because they're always so blank. And she just kind of like, I don't understand.
So essentially, if you were to make Scav into a lizard, like a fairy lizard, essentially that.
Fairy wings, petite.
Essentially that, but did the kobold in the infirmary have wings, or was it just the antenna?
It was just the antenna, and they were pearlescent in color.
So think my brother, but more pearlescent in color, and they have moth antenna on their head instead of horns.
I understand now. Don't take this wrong way. I've killed a many of them. As they're part of the Red Court, so I don't distinguish.
I think Scav can explain a bit more about this being in question, because from what the physician explained, she explained that the individual used to be part of her court, but not by choice.
I don't quite understand. Everyone has a choice whether they want it or not.
Not in this realm.
Perhaps it's a lot like the asylums of my home. Sometimes you're put there without asking permission.
That's exactly what it is. Unfortunately, I did not speak the little lizard's language. My brother Scav can, though. As far as I know, he's in the chapel that's on the ship.
She steps up next to him. Then take me there.
I definitely will.
And she just
I'll
walks.
go find the broom closet.
She walks behind you, and it's just like that eerily close, silent walk behind you.
This is fine.
Typical Alice things.
Things that just make you feel a little like you're going a little mad. Go figure.
And what's even creepier is like you're walking, and every step you take, her step, you realize is in perfect sync with yours. And as you get to the chapel, she stands there and she looks at it and she said, chapels. They used to burn these back home. Usually they would get the congregation together inside and bar the doors and then burn them.
Nice.
And you hear this from outside this whisper from outside the door, Scabbard. It just kind of unnerves you.
I wouldn't do that with this one. Come on in.
Well, you don't hear
How
the
long
words
does it take
exactly,
me to
but
finish?
you just hear a whisper.
Oh. Oh. Okay. In that case, I'd be like, come on in. I'm almost done. How much longer do I need to take to open the door?
Yeah, about enough, like 2 hours or so. She lets you go in first, Cayenne.
You just
and
see
follows.
Scabbard. You just see Scabbard there doing the ritual to open the door that Fott taught him.
I believe that you called.
I did. Hello, Alice. Hello, Cayenne. Alice,
Yes,
I've
Scout?
learned something pretty interesting that might interest you. You really don't like the Red Queen, that much I know. What if I told you we had a way to really hurt her?
Interesting.
From what I understand, there's a kobold, one of my kind, but slightly
Lizard.
different. In this
Just
realm.
use the term lizard. That's the easiest way to explain what you are, Scav. You're a lizard.
Yeah, so a lizard person much like myself, just from this realm instead of the one that I'm from. They come from a warren, then I guess you could say burrows, from not too far from here. The Red Queen's been taking them by force, pulling them in and forcing them into her army of sorts for various uses. If I told you there was a way we could go ahead and stop that, rip away this resource from her,
As Scout is talking,
potentially
you
make
see,
them allies.
You see Alice walking around the chapel, and you see her just walk over to a spider's nest and gently take the spider onto her hand. I don't understand what most of you said, but you said hurt the Red Queen, so I'm listening to that portion that I do understand.
Those lizard people, they need our help.
As I have explained
We can protect them from the Red Queen. Well, here's the thing. We find a way to protect them from the Red Queen, take them out of her hands by finding a way to do so.
Extinction is way out of her hands.
She will have out of the question on that one.
Scout, I will fight you.
That would be a very, very bad idea.
You see Alice
One.
look over, and she just... And she's like, you can see a brief emotion on her face of, like, Cayenne, that, like, it doesn't seem like a bad idea to me.
For one, while you are indeed a goddess of madness, no less, technically makes you neither divine nor profane, but a middle ground between both. It does also mean that you would be making enemies as well, though, of those who are allied to those of good and bad. And killing the innocent souls is bad for the soul.
You do know that I've killed hundreds, maybe more, of those lizards, right? I've killed dozens of cards. I've killed dozens of enemies within the Queen's Court over the centuries.
Perhaps. Now you have a chance to actually do something even more and hurt her back directly. And potentially make allies out of it too. I'm opening a door, Alice. This is gonna take us to a very special place. It's a temple, unique. You're welcome to enter if you do, but you may find that your powers might not work there.
Alice
It's a
lets
very strange place.
Alice lets the spider go, and she looks over at Dad. I could take you to a special temple. It's quite quiet there.
Been to many places, some of which I did not care for. But Would you be willing to help us, Alice? If it means getting back at the Red Queen.
I don't see which part I play in this plan. I've already shown you my hand and what I'm doing for this play.
Well, that kobold down there was injured by your blade, something that was a creation of your power and your will. As far as I'm aware, unless there is another means to do so, you're the only one that can undo that damage. We do need that lizard healthy in order to be able to, well, help them, but also learn more. You're the only one that can do it.
She looks over at you
Will you
kind
help
of
us?
seriously. She's like, my vorpal blade just simply maims. I influenced the mind. Unless that little lizard down there is in a jacket of white restraint, I don't think I have anything to do with him. And
Well-
she crouches down next to you. Are they in a white jacket of restraint?
Were they?
No.
I would say not, no.
Then my necessity is reduced to zero.
Well, there is other ways you could help. Rather than going after and killing those that have some weird connection to the Red Queen, why not try and find a way to turn them against her? Make them your allies. Strip away what makes her her, and make it yours. I'm sure it would drive her mad.
Oh, Scabbard. Innocent little Scabbard. You do know she is insane, right? She is well beyond my doing.
Well, it's just a thought.
And thoughts are fleeting. She pats you on the head ever so gently, and it just unnerves you that much as it erodes your faith a little bit. Just the contact of her. I think it is your job to lead these little other lizard folk to their nirvana.
I do ask a favor of you, though. The place that I'm going, it is a temple that holds boundless information of all the various deities and beings of all the realms. You are a relatively new one. There's not very much information on you. Is there anything perhaps you would like to leave there?
She looks over a little bit. No, Scabbard, because my influence is everywhere according to Cayenne. A creeping smile,
I think
a
you might be
shadow.
surprised. I think you might be surprised there, Alice. There are some places in the world that have no influence from the gods. This temple is one such. Even my sisters can't use their powers here without permission from at least one of the three. The cleric, the librarian, or myself.
But there is a difference there, though. According to Cayenne, I am a deity of emotion, and you can't escape emotions. You can
It's
escape
true.
good, you can escape evil, but you can't escape emotion. So my influence
Does make
is
sense.
clearly everywhere according to your sister.
Well,
And
you're
she,
welcome to enter. But, if you do, make sure you bring some sort of offering with you. The librarian is very particular. Even as a god, I can't really guarantee your safety if you don't bring an offering.
And as you work on the symbol scabbard, and you turn back around, you see Alice disappear into a Cheshire grin. And you hear her on the wind as she disappears. And your brother Mongo is worshipping me quite well in these lands.
That's gonna give me a little chuckle there. I'm gonna look over to Cayenne. She's starting to grow on me. I like her. Do you want to come in? It's only gonna be very brief. Just have to speak with the librarian real quick.
I guess I should enter to make sure that you don't break anything.
Shots fired. So,
Because you
That's
haven't
fair.
been here. You haven't been here in a while. And sometimes that tail gets in the way.
going over to the boys, Mongo, your fur stands up a little bit like someone walked on your grave.
I stop what I'm doing and look around.
You don't pick up anything, just unease a little bit. And it's like, good, heebie-jeebies.
Break out the goggles, take a look around carefully.
You don't spot anything, and Nikolai, you see Mongo looking around paranoid as hell.
Mongo, what's wrong, buddy?
Sorry, I just got a bad feeling about something.
We've had this discussion before, Mongo. What happened? I can't
I
help
was
if
just
you don't
sitting
tell
here
me
reading.
anything.
I was sitting here. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Sitting here reading. Motherfucker. Sitting here reading, and all of a sudden my fur stands up, and I get a really bad feeling.
Can you describe the feeling, brother? You're an educated cat, my friend. Use your words.
I don't know. It was just. You ever get one of those moments where you're doing something, just all of a sudden your fur stands up? Like your Nikolai senses tingling?
Usually, if I'm coming into an idea, like a eureka moment, yeah. If that's what you're on about, but it's not a bad feeling, that's a great feeling. Was it like scary? Was it dreadful? Was it loathsome? Was it abhorrent? Like, talk to me.
Okay, this one wasn't abhorrent.
Did it make your skin crawl? Did it feel like death?
Not this time.
Well, you don't see anything, do you?
Didn't find anything.
You know, I could take a look if you like.
Don't worry, as soon as we find a way to replicate these, you'll be the first one to get a set.
Well, I would need it so that I could replicate it. You don't understand, brother. I could probably just replicate it if you just let me touch the damn things.
Look, I let you get a hold of these things. I'm never getting them back.
I will give you all of my things
Ace flips
as
you
collateral. Ace, you're not a thing.
off. Biddy flips you off.
Who?
Biddy flips you off.
You're not a thing either, Biddy. You are people. All right. Well, are you flaking out on casting that comprehend languages again?
Oh no, I can. Actually, you know what? That's another one. I should
Another
make a
one what?
copy of this for gold.
That'd be what?
That could come in very handy for him. I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy here.
Maybe. I'm right there with you, I think,
Fine.
brother.
Maybe I'm going crazy here. This place is fucking. Look, if anybody's going to understand my feelings about being in this realm, it's going to be you. You and I are used to having to deal with A leads to B, leads to C, leads to D. One thing means another. Over here, fuck. It's a wonder Scav's not thriving more, considering how random everything is.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there. Anyways, out with it. I am not your
gold
enemy,
might be able
brother.
to
You
cast
can share
spells.
with me. What was that?
Some things, yes. Some things, well, you're gonna think I'm really fucking crazy, and look, I don't exactly blame you for, but that's just not a conversation I really want to have. The one that I'm talking about right now, as opposed to when I was locked in the room the other day, I think gold might be a spellcaster.
Huh. That's cool.
I don't know what kind yet. But I could have swore the other day at dinner. There's just a little something there.
Well, I've been wanting to catch him to talk to him about my tools I want to make for him. And to give him back his book. Do you want to go do that? You can always
Sure.
Can you cast comprehend languages into the ring first, please?
Oh, into a ring?
Yes. You could literally just like will it into the
Okay.
ring. And like then I can use it or anyone can use it. They'd have to attune to it, but yeah. And it's yours as soon as I'm done with it.
Sure, and comprehend languages goes into the ring.
Sweet.
Burn the spell slot, put it in there.
Thank you, brother. All right.
What's red and black and mad as hell? Mongo is 16 paper cuts.
What the hell?
Chat, man, not me.
That was kind of random.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, fucking accurate.
That's pretty funny. And comprehend languages, that's what, first level?
Yep.
Ooh.
So as you guys head off to find gold, you guys head off to the temple. That's where we will end it for tonight. And we will start with that cayenne.
Yes.
What are your moments?
Well, the first one was just when we finally learned about the physician, just learning about their blood tobacco just raised so many red flags, but so many questions. And then when I find out they're human and there's like nothing undead about them, then I'm like, well, then what is this hunch that I'm getting? Why does this not make sense? Because I was like, this has to be, she's got to be like reborn or something.
Oh,
There's got to
He's
be
just
something.
really into smoked meats.
there is more to the character, but that's for you guys to discover.
Yeah. I think being able to create the permanent flower memorials for all of the crew that have gone on was really nice. But I'm really excited for when Cayenne finally gets the chance to start to put in some hard work into making that trinket for Hook. Because that's definitely something that's going to be very important to Cayenne and would really test just how capable she is in her abilities when she starts to work on it.
Yeah.
Finally getting some more of the items for the gift for the worm. That was nice. Which, by the way, I actually worked with Scav off screen to pick the gemstones, and we actually agreed on one that I suggested because of the metaphysical properties that the stone actually has.
Which one was it?
Tiger's Eye.
Yeah, and you guys could all do that so that the box moves along. You guys can work together on that off screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Nikolai
why I
could
want.
put some-
I want Scav's knowledge with gemstones and their properties, which ones are the hardest and hardest on the Mohs scale for us normal peoples. Hardest on the Mohs scale, and
Cool,
also have the better, more positive kind of metaphysical properties, healing properties, and things like that. Nikolai for all of the mechanical work, all the gears, because he's really good at doing that. But he would also be able to work with Mongo in creating the right kind of unique music to go with it, to evoke certain feelings, and to tell just some kind of happy story or give some kind of happy vision.
And Nikolai could also cut the stone in whatever special way is necessary. He's very capable of doing that too. Like there's certain cuts that mean certain things too.
Yeah, you guys keep tinkering away at that.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a while before we can get back to that point anyway.
Yeah.
We got stuff to attend to.
Yep.
Meeting the little fey kobold and trying to explain what a kobold was to Alice
That
was
was funny.
fun to say the least. I'm like, lizard, do we have to go with like base terms here? Like base terms. The player enjoyed the interaction of how Hook reacted to the mention of his wife.
Yeah.
That was a favorite moment for the player that didn't directly happen to Cayenne. But that was pretty damn funny to me.
Oh yeah, stepping on a landmine.
The another one was the food rating system too.
Yeah, that was cool.
I
was
like that.
hilarious.
I'm not happy to learn that experimentation was happening, because that strikes a chord with Cayenne, considering she was almost experimented on and bears the scars from that encounter.
Yeah.
So that does not help. A lot of good stuff tonight. It's hard to pick just like 1 to 3 favorite moments. There were just too many.
Scab, what about you, Mister Person of Prophecy?
There are a lot of good ones. The just like what Jesse had to say there, the morning breakfast, meeting the strange doctor and the kobold, learning all about that. That was interesting. It's like, oh, okay, no, there's something else we have to deal with. Great. This is gonna probably bite us in the ass, but let's do it.
And Hook's not Hook's
Um,
name's the truth behind Victor's nickname for Scabbard.
yeah, that too. It's like, huh. Well, that throws a shit ton of questions out there. Questions that will have to be answered another time. Um, the interactions between the various members of crew, interactions between the captain and Scav, as well as with Alice. Uh, coming up with various ideas and such on how to go about doing this is also pretty fun. It's just a good session overall. I think a big one for sure is like, okay, we now have a reason and a way to go about doing things. We have parts of multiple plans. We don't have a full plan just yet, but we have parts of plans, which is more than what we usually have.
I mean, Alice and Hook actually have a decent plan for taking on Jabberwocky, which makes
Yeah.
Mongo more than happy.
Mongo's still concerned about Nikolai. Let's do it. Let's be swallowed.
Learning that Mongo was inadvertently making Alice more powerful. Being able to finally get those gems, the sapphire, the lapis lazuli, and the tiger's eye to Cayenne. Those 3 gems were special gems that I did a lot of research on, and those 3 are perfect ones for this project that's in play. Each one has natural healing, cleansing, and then just calming properties. Those 3 having been prepared for this project, definitely be touched up if they need to be touched up, because I know Nikolai can do that. But yeah, it's fun. Getting to show that Scav is like, he's not the brightest. He knows what he's trying to do. He understands what he's trying to do. But much like the player, is very fucking terrible at explaining it. Finally, having a reason to properly go back into the temple as well. That's another one. So yeah, that's quite a few. Same boat as Cayenne. There's too much to list. You can't just pick like 1 or 3.
Mongo.
Kind of looking forward to being able to talk with Gold. Finding another spellcaster around could be kind of fun. That little tidbit about how to actually get rid of a Fae. That's a good one. Scav and Hook's interaction, that's always fun. Yeah, this is a good one.
So
Cayenne's memorial. That was really fun. That was really nice.
yeah. I was thinking during that scab and poke moment, is this where he gets Quentin Tarantino?
Possibly.
Is Manny going to have to come up with another new character?
Anyway, carry on there, Tom.
Yeah. Right at the end, being able to talk with Nikolai about just Mongo getting paranoid and Nikolai walking in on it. This was a good one. I liked it.
Lots of good little information and a big giant story drop for Scabbard.
Oh yeah.
Scabbard is a saber. That's crazy.
Go ahead, Nikolai.
Um, honestly, I think probably for Nikolai, meeting another like-minded person who like is very process oriented and like experimentary and scientific and like it's like nice to know that he's not alone in the world. That was pretty cool, and the fact that it just made made everybody else feel a little off about it, just kind of funny.
Like I said earlier, there's more there.
Oh yeah, and it would be interesting when Nikolai discovers that. Um, let's see. I echo the the survey that the chef did. That was pretty funny and interesting. Um, let's see, the little story tidbit that you put together there about the relationship of Hook's final favor, if I'm connecting the dots properly, is really fucking cool. So that's interesting. Let's see what else. The pure fact that we have this side quest to liberate these or help these kobolds, and Scabbard is a omen. This time, not necessarily a bad omen.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, and the interaction with the weaponsmith, that was fun. Can't wait to talk more with that guy.
Instant anxiety for Chezzy.
So that's about it. That's about all I got for there. What about you there, boss lady?
The Scabbard lore information finally getting dropped. Because it's been hinted at. There has to be a reason for this for a very long time. And finally getting to share that information. Just for a little bit of clarification, for Manny, because Manny does big dumb sometimes, so you should pay attention.
Wow.
I'm not the one that called that out. It's
Ain't
the
gonna
chat
deny.
did the fake kobolds, they do have, a reputation in the fake courts, as Jesse was alluding to. So there is a connectivity material there as well.
That's cool.
But that just means clarifying something that wasn't fully clear. Also, me filling in more details about the actual ship and the crew rather than just insert cardboard cutout here for the end of this session. But yeah, allowing more breathing room for the actual crew and understanding the ship and the details of that, and just overall a fun session. Oh, and getting to play Alex. I always like that. She's not really embracing the god aspect. She's kind of humoring it, and she's not too pleased about the fact that for some reason the Cheshire keeps dragging her over to Cayenne whenever Cayenne wills it.
Because Cayenne gives scritchies.
Probably. She bribes the Cheshire.
I give scritchies and I fuel the behavior of taunting a certain lord who wants to skin them. It's like, yes, please go make a field trip and give me details. Spill the tea. He sure does miss you. You should go visit for a little bit.
I'm just imagining the horrified response of the entire Obscura family if Alice and Osling spent a weekend together.
Oh God.
But yeah, lots of good moments, a lot of material for everybody to work with. And we'll hit more of that next week and probably really dig into Scabbard's prophecy. That's all from me, folks. Say good night.
Good night, all. Thank you for joining us.
Night, everybody.
Yeah.